I thought he said 10. I might be wrong.
I gotta look back at the chat because that's a lot of shit going on, B. Like I
There's a
don't be
lot of shit
remembering.
going on, bro.
I don't be remembering stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just don't. Let me look at this.
Tis. What's it? Oh shit! Let me go get another water. Ooh.
I'll take a look. So he said. That's funny.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right, so he said the appointment for his
oil was at 10. He said what?
The appointment for his oil change was at 10.
10, and he wouldn't be in the house till 10:30, right?
Yeah, so he should
have
plenty of time.
Right. God, what up, peoples?
What
it be like?
Jonathan, Mana Beast Beats, and of course the Jaded One.
Hey,
and look at Jaded One. Watch it from Twitch.
Gang.
We will be making the switch to Twitch.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. So stupid. Fabo. Yo, Mana B said, is Addy at the dentist for eating all them Oreos? Nah, he had some other business he had to take care of, but he should be coming along any time now.
He should have been here.
Well, yeah. Hey, Biddy. He should have been here.
What up, Biddy? Since he legitimately should have been here, I'm not going to give him shit for it because it's true.
No.
if it was a troll, I would give him all the shit for
it. Facts. People have things to do. People have things. And you got to respect people's time.
Hopefully, nigga.
I think that's the lesson. That's what people's time, man. That's what people's time. That's all. See, one of my issues, right, is when you're dealing with people in a business capacity, even when you're friends, is that there might be this assumption that when they don't see you or talk to you, you're in suspended animation.
Yes, yo, that's real shit.
So you're not doing anything until they contact you. That's not.
When I leave you, you are effectively an NPC.
Yeah.
That is stuck waiting for their gameplay loop to start.
Yeah.
When I enter your loading distance.
And it's the same processing. I get it. You think you think we living in a simulation, right? And this says processing. And you're the only one that's real.
Right.
You're the only one that's real in this simulation, right? I get that, but that's not what it is, right? People have ambitions, desires, goals that they gotta, come on, man, come on. You gotta respect people's time, and a lot of times people don't respect other people's time. And then when the person makes a decision, right? They go, where'd this come from? Well, it came from you not doing when you said you was. Small. Fabo says he brings value to our meaningless lives. You do, Fab. You really. Look, that's how they feel, though, Fabo. They feel like whatever agenda they have, no matter how well-intentioned, needs to necessarily be our only focus. Nah, B. Nah, it's certain things we was doing.
The one to rule them all.
One agenda to rule them all. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, B, like, there's things. I'm gonna tell you, like, multi-world, we do it. Sunday, what's up, sis?
What up, Sandy?
We do a myriad of things. We have our hands in a bunch of things. Why? To be completely honest with you, find people to join us every Saturday on Saturday morning cartoons. We trying to get some bags.
Sure. Right? On top of that, though, I can't just do one thing.
No. Also, it's not feasible. Just to do what we're trying to do, because you don't know what's going to land. You don't know what's going to land. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have, what's the first thing these gurus, these financial gurus tell you? You have to diversify. You feel me? So that said, it sound like a t-shirt slogan. One agenda to rule them all. That is dope. Hey yo, black culture geeks. One agenda to rule them all. That needs to be a shirt for real. That needs to be a shirt. Nah, man, a lot of stuff coming down the pike. The comic book is getting their launch. We got some of the promotional things done. A certain promotional thing we want done for the launch, and it's like I'm gonna be really, really busy with Multi-World and Majestic Comics stuff. It just is what it is. It is what it is, right?
Really busy.
Yeah. So
really busy.
What's up, free thinker? So you kind of got to respect people's time, what they got going on. Go talk to them people. Seriously, talk to them and go, yo, listen, it's this thing I'm trying to do, but what's you're on your schedule? So maybe we can sync up, have some synergy.
Right.
Yo, be that person.
Be that guy.
Be that guy. Don't be the guy that thinks
love that guy. That guy works.
That guy is that guy for president.
Bruh.
Right? Guy for president.
That guy for supreme leader.
But don't be the guy that thinks because you leave the room, everybody in there turns into mannequins. to save processing power. Like, no.
You couldn't possibly. Yes, I can, and I am.
You exist?
Yes.
And then
I'm a real boy.
And then once they find out you're a real boy, you actually exist, they go, huh? So it's just us? Because they still didn't learn. Like, so it's just us? They still didn't learn.
No, right? No, you don't get it.
You gotta respect my time, man.
Well, I got such and such over here waiting. No, you don't, though.
You don't.
Like, maybe you do. Maybe they fall in line, but that shouldn't be the case.
Nah, man. No. Absolutely not. No.
Nah, B.
We do stuff that we enjoy doing, and that stuff is burdensome. There's a bunch of work that goes with that, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to add something to that workload, you better damn sure be respectful enough to say, hey, man, this is what I would like to do. Do you have time? What's on your schedule? Maybe we can figure something out. That's all. That's all.
You would think that would be the natural order of things.
You would think that. But you know what? Unlike what they think, we continue to march forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just do.
Facts.
That's it. That's all.
Yo, this headline.
What headline?
We're not doing this story. We're not doing this story.
Oh,
this headline. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis may not run for president because he's too busy fighting critical race theory.
I saw that.
Seriously.
I saw that, and I laughed. I laughed for many days. I just laughed. Get away. Like, listen.
No. That's delicious.
No, man of beast. No, I haven't even told them about that conversation. Because it really, that guy don't matter. But no, man, like I've read that, and you know, there are times when I truly believe it can't get any dumber. can't. How could it get dumber?
Yeah.
How? And then one of these apes comes out and proves me wrong again. And you would think by now I would stop thinking, oh no, this has to be the depths of dumb.
No, because at some point you'll be right. The issue is, will we be around to tell it?
Facts. Because some of this dumb stuff is going to end things. Before we go on, please, my folks, hit that like and share. Well, you don't necessarily have to share it if you don't want that on your timeline, but hit that like. No matter what platform you're on. If you're on Facebook, hit that like. If you're on Twitch, because we're going to make that switch to Twitch, hit that thumbs up. Twitch. And of course, on YouTube, hit that thumbs up because it helps. Although, like I said, we won't be here. Look, as soon as I said that, somebody hit the thumbs up. That's what I be talking about. That's what I be talking about right there.
Fickety facts.
Free thinker said a flock of seagulls. You crazy too. Oh man.
I mean, geese would be more appropriate for this show.
The Black Culture Geese. It's my favorite show. Now, for those of you that want to know what the Black Culture Geese show actually airs in two different places. It airs live in front of Addie's house. You know what I'm saying? And there. And also, the other thing you need to think about, right, is it also airs in the alternate universe at the same time we air.
Yeah, it's a very.
I didn't know that, Man of Beast. I did not know that was you, B. I did not know that was you. That's your different name on that other thingy. That wasn't you. It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been because I could have sworn I seen Man of Beast on that same stream. But whatever. It is what it is, bro. Don't let it bother you. But yeah, man, like Black Culture Geese is a hell of a show. And the next time y'all get to go to an alternate universe, make sure you tune in to the Black Culture Geese.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, my man. Appreciate that.
Yes. I don't believe murder. I don't believe you. Murder. Fuck around and leave you.
Yo, they might it's on YouTube, they might hit us up for that.
Fuck them.
They don't like people using copyrights.
Yo, I specifically picked the clip that I picked specifically because of the shit that happened with YouTube.
Right. Yeah, listen. Can I regale y'all for a second with a story of yesteryear?
Oh,
so
God.
When I first came on YouTube, it was like 2007. It was the wild, wild west. And people were exercising their creativity. Now, granted, a lot of the creativity has evolved since then because people have access to more things. People bought better cameras, more skillful people with the video edits popped up in the mix. But I saw people creating fun little videos using some top 40 song. They doing their own video for it. It was dope. I saw people using any kind of music they wanted for backdrops for maybe they was doing something with comic books or anything that you utilize their creativity. They wasn't getting paid for it. They wasn't getting any money for that because that YouTube partnership program wasn't a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And even when it became a thing, when they rolled it out, very few people could get on that, right? You feel me? So people were just doing things for the love of creating. And yes, there is a need for some form of regulation because apes will always go overboard or do something they have
every single
time. They will always do that. So yeah, it has to be that, right? But for the most part, it was a great thing to see. And then, I kind of knew this was going to happen. The moment established artists took notice of YouTube, and I'm talking from musicians to people that produce television shows and all this other stuff. The moment they did, I knew it was going to become an issue. And I remember feeling a way about it when I forget who the first major artist had a YouTube. I was like, this will be for us, the people without platforms. Like, you got all the magazines willing the expose everything you're doing. You can be on TV when you want to be on TV. This for the regular folks putting up videos and stuff like that. But all right, it is what it is. It's a business. They was eventually going to appeal to these people too, right? Because they get more people to come to the platform when they hear. But that's when the copyright shit started getting crazy. Why? Because some of these same people was on YouTube doing their thing, or they had their peoples running their YouTube channel, and they would find, oh, somebody's using my music. Oh, somebody's using a clip from one of my TV shows. Oh, and before you know it, you can't do that. I'm not even getting money for this. This is just creativity. That's all I'm doing this for. And right side, it's exposing your music. You know how much new music I found? People was using songs and stuff, and their little quirky videos go, I like that song. Who does that? And then you go and look it up. So you got a street team that's not getting paid to put your shit out there. Clips from certain TV shows and movies, right? You would see a clip, somebody creatively used the clip and go, what's that from? I never seen that. Let me go check that out. Nope. It's all about the almighty dollar, in particular when it comes to the music industry. Why? Because see, it's real funny how things work. The music industry allowed crappy artists who maybe had one or two good songs to put out 30 tracks of terrible music and only the 2 singles that popped. And they did that often enough where people got, man, I spent $13 and it's only 2 songs on here, and these are the songs that get played on the radio that's any good. And then one of the songs is not even the song that's the remix, and I don't even like this version. And when technology like LimeWire and all that other stuff that allowed you to pirate it super quick, super fast, people was like, I'm not spending $13 for this claptrap. That's right, I said it. Claptrap that y'all putting out and putting this in front of people. I'm not doing that when I can get what I want right now. And yes, these viruses are going to screw up my computer for a while, right? Hashtag claptrap.
Yo, I've seen people that say, "Yo, I destroyed 2 computers using LimeWire, and FrostWire,
and FrostWire, and LiveWire, and HotWire, and all of that shit."
Right.
Like the music industry did that to themselves.
Facts.
They did that to themselves, and it got to a point where the least paid, which is the artists, they got played out because that's where a lot of these 360 deals come from. They come from this, we can't make money off the music anymore. So now we want money, a piece of everything you do, a percentage of everything you do, right? That's how all of that stuff started. That's how all the copyright crap that we deal with here on YouTube started, with the music at least, because they wasn't making money. But it was largely their fault.
Yeah.
It was their fault. So it's,
Pretty much.
like, and now in 2021, far be it from me to completely be dismissive of the YouTube business model, because it's hard to argue with success once they got it and getting all this money in, right? But it's not exactly friendly to just creators, people that just want to create, come up in. It's very limiting. It's very limiting. And to the
you
point
can get
where
your money elsewhere.
You really can get your money elsewhere. Advertising.
Yep. You
can get your money out. There's a lot of ways that, listen, and this is why, there's a part of me that wants to start another website just so I can do what the fuck I want to do. Right. Just so I can do what the fuck I want to do creatively without the bullshit. Not necessarily. I don't need to make money off of that. Off of because I can monetize that website in another way. Sell out music on there. Thanks. You know what I'm saying? It's other ways to do that. But I just want to be. There are times where you just want to be creative. I used to do all of these I would take clips from some of my favorite shows, take a song, and manipulate the clips to mirror what the song is saying. Because for fun.
Right.
I thought it was badass. You know what I'm saying? Ha! Man, the beat said YouTube. Hilarious. But now, I stopped doing that shit because I've got tired of getting hit with the. But this is not what I'm not doing. Yo, on my Reaper Legion network channel, I just wanted to do reviews of movies and stuff. I go and take not even a 3-second clip, and I'm getting hit up. How dare you take our property? Yo, I'm not getting paid off of this. I just wanted to do a review for my fellow geeks out there that like this stuff. It's just, listen to that.
That is how that goes, Special Space.
Yeah.
I'm good friends with Hack Smith on YouTube, and he makes most of his money through sponsorships and merch. YouTube itself is low paid. That's the point. That is the point. Yeah. See, the idea is here's the workaround and the issue. When the Adpocalypse 1.0 happened, there were issues with the ad revenue and certain channels or videos from channels getting demonetized and all that other shit.
Right.
So the idea is to get your following as big as possible. You're following your viewership as big as possible.
Right.
So then you can attract your own sponsors.
That's right.
And you can do the Patreon thing, funnel them over there. Because quiet as it's kept, YouTube doesn't really, not to say that there's no censorship at all.
Right.
But YouTube doesn't really care as much with videos that you put on there and you have them listed as private.
Right.
That's how you can feed your Patreon.
Absolutely.
Is by putting the link from that private video in your Patreon.
Absolutely.
So that is, like I said, that's really the ideal move.
Yeah, that you know what? And the fact is, we have a Patreon, but we
got the Patreon.
Promote it.
Barely
ever promote it. Mostly because we're busy, and that means a lot of times creating the extra content. We're trying to get into a space where we have the time that we can devote to create extra content for people, right? And believe me, once we're in that space, you know how many ideas we have for pilot episodes of different series that we want to shop, and we might just put the pilot episode up on Patreon for our people that are supporting our Patreon,
right?
So they can see it first. This is what we about to shop to HGTV. This is what we about to shop to Destination America, the Travel Channel, whatever. Like all of that. But that actually does sound like a move. I look. You still got to feed the Patreon. You got to get people, because if it's a closed system, it will die of interest.
Yes,
it will literally
100%.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I just know it bothers me. You feel me? It definitely bothers me that the creator is not really being catered to.
Yeah. It's really
let's see. Man the Beast says, doesn't grab a Patreon, he let you have access to his super early songs from when he was still Apocalypse. He maybe. I'm not entirely sure I know he has a Patreon, but I'm not entirely sure what's on there. But if he's doing it that way, that's pretty dope. The only reason why I wouldn't do something like that is because my early songs were toxic as fuck. I'm from Baltimore, yo, and I was angry, and like I had a lot of
they were doozies.
Yeah, yo, and I don't personally, I don't want to be defined by that. I think my body of work that I have released better defines me as a person than that right there. That a lot of stuff that was created at a time when I was angry and sullen and vengeful. Like, nah. And besides, I'm angry enough now as it is. So, like, that's good enough. That level is good enough for the stuff that I'm writing now, right? But if he's doing it that way, that's fire, actually. That's fire. But I couldn't see me doing that.
Yeah, I get it. There's a thing like I'm not talking about that on here. There are several things that we could do with the Patreon. there are several things we can do with the Patreon. I'm not putting that out in the public until we talk about it and decide if we're gonna do it or not. Because that's the whole thing.
This is the other thing. I hate fall. Not in the way that you think. The leaves look pretty as hell. They change colors. On the mild fall days are great for shooting, all of that. I hate it because I know it's a herald to Galactus. The winter is coming. You know what I'm saying? The winter is coming, right? The winter is coming. So that's why I don't like it. But one of the things that we like to do, we come up with ideas, shit that we want to create in that video space, we be gone.
Yeah.
We find the location, we do it, we plan, do what we're gonna do, and we try to do it. And if it doesn't come out well, all right, we just learned something. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff we like to do. But because wintertime is coming, there's a limited amount of time for us to have a lot of options to where to record, where to do stuff. Because I don't like being out there when it's cold as fuck. I don't. Sir. I don't like being out there for that shit.
It's not my favorite thing.
At all. Cindy says, haha, that's why I use your music when I'm lifting, Toon. Angry music is motivating for pushing heavy weights. You're not the only person that told me that either. That's kind of crazy. Cindy, what's wrong with winter? I like winter. It gets down to 50s and it's so nice. See, that's that Florida stuff I be talking about right there. That's that Florida stuff right there, right? That's that Addy in the middle of freaking January with a wife beater on, a skull cap, shorts, and flip-flops. That's that.
And that's exactly why you're stuck with DeSantis. God damn it.
It's in the 50s and it's so nice. That's that nonsense right there. Special Space says Patreon works pretty well. I use it for subscription. For subscriptions to my web tools. Oh, all right. They take a chunk as expected, but it's very easy and handy way to handle payment and support. Yo, this might be. Yo, there are so many ways to make money selling useful stuff that people use. You know what I'm saying? And all of these platforms that make that available. That's why YouTube be pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie. So there's certainly a space. There's certainly space there for a new Patreon-like service to pop up. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, OnlyFans is, again, just we make the jokes and everything. It's not a porn site.
No.
There are a lot of people. It's just not the majority. Well, I don't know if this is the majority or not.
I don't know either.
But it's not the advertised majority.
I know one thing, they don't get the attention. The ones that get the attention, the people on there, doing now. Providing a much needed service.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But OnlyFans is not a porn site. It is the same type of site as Patreon.
Yep.
There are a couple actually sites that are like Patreon. They just aren't as the Patreon and OnlyFans are the most famous ones.
Yes. Sandy say, "Fuck governor death sentence." That
kind of rhymes too.
Yes, it does.
The sentence.
I was just giving to shit about Florida weather in winter. Most of the time, it's a horrible, humid hell, but we get a few weeks reprieve in January. You know what? She's not wrong because the first time I went down there was in February. But even with that, it was nice.
Here's the thing.
Nice.
When I went I don't remember my Orlando trip because I was but a wee lad.
Right.
Miami, you're on the water, so it's different.
Right.
When I went to Jacksonville, though, nigga, that temperature and that humidity is real, my guy. Woo. When I went to Jacksonville, I had, mind you, everybody doesn't really understand the difference between dry heat and humid.
Yes.
Heat. So this is going to come to a shock to some.
Yes.
I lived in Kenya for 2 years.
Facts.
I have never felt heat. Like when I was in Jacksonville for those 4 days. Oh, bro.
Yo, to quote Easy the Block Captain, the talk different. The talk's different. It
was in the summertime too.
So not only was it humid, but it was no class.
Yo, and there was no shit, you stupid. There was no shade. There was just
oh my goodness,
massive. It was disgusting.
I'm just not gonna be able to listen. But I still maintain that as ass as that is, I'll take that over dead winter because I can be in the house with my AC. And look out the
AC
window.
only do AC only do stuff. Listen, here's the thing. It's being there long enough. You may potentially adjust.
You get acclimated,
but you got to remember we from here.
Yeah, it's fair.
So being there, AC. Cindy said August in Florida requires a shower just because you walk to the end of the driveway. You walk outside and feel like you got hit by a tidal wave. Bruh, I'm telling you. That Jacksonville weather did not play. Wow. It was, I was like, yo, this is different. Like nobody told me.
It's different. The talk different.
No one informed me thusly.
Yeah. Listen. One thing I did not have words to express that when I was younger. But as much as my stage name, Tombstone the Dead Man, a lot of the imagery I use, when I see the trees dead with no leaves and shit on them and shit, look, that shit dampens my fucking mood, yo.
Right.
It just does. Yo, what's up, Gray? The last extropian has entered the building.
Yo.
Like that shit it bothers my mood. What's up, Ken? It bothers my mood. I ain't gonna lie. Like when I see stuff in bloom, I just feel better about shit. It lifts my attitude. But Shafril said something to me one time. We was out doing some shooting, and we were talking about the difference between the East Coast and the foliage over here on this side and the foliage over in the Pacific Northwest. And he was like, during the summer and spring and all of that, the trees and everything over here on the East look really nice. They do. It's all full and, captivating. But when wintertime comes along and all them leaves come off, it looks a hot mess. And he's not wrong.
No.
He's not wrong. It looked crazy. Like my backyard right now looks beautiful. With those trees, the canopy of trees hanging over.
Does it though?
In a few months, it's gonna look like it's gonna look like Ichabod Crane should be running through the woods.
A barren wasteland.
It's like a barren wasteland. That shit looks crazy.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Cindy says, just to give you an idea, the actual temperature right now is 84. But with the humidity, the real feel is 96. And it isn't even See, this is what I'm talking about. Like
it looked like a Tom Burton movie. It does.
Cindy, I feel your pain. I can relate, is what I mean. I can't feel your pain because you live there. So that's a different type.
But she's also maybe a bit more acclimated.
Maybe, but
Cindy's not originally from Florida. So
yeah, but still, stepping into the fire once and recovering don't mean when you step in the next time you won't get burnt.
It does. Well, no, because even Deadpool gets burnt. He just even Deadpool.
Yeah, bro. That fire don't play games, my guy.
The heat be trash, yo. Like, but again, it supports life. It supports foliage.
Absolutely.
I gotta be there for it. Since says no, I'm not acclimated, even though I've been here most of my life. Yeah, that's right. She was born in New Jersey.
She said, "Fuck that."
Fuck that shit. Nope. She's like, nope.
Ken said Florida summers is why I left.
Hold hold up. Now I'm glad Ken is here. This is the difference. Ken, you live in Brazil or something like that now, somewhere in South America now, right? He's down there. Where it's
different down there.
It's different.
Yeah, it's not
different.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's a little different over there.
Little
Medellin.
Listen, forever spring, right? Forever spring. Yeah. Yeah.
Give me 78.
For me, I could go up as high as maybe 80.
Nah, give me 78 consistently.
Yep, the city of eternal spring.
Cindy said acclimated to this AC and I let you. Yo, give me 78 permanently, perpetually, my guy. Day and night. Give me 78.
There are places.
72, even better.
Yo, that's awesome.
Even better. 72. That's love. That's a warm hug from a mother figure. Just come here, baby, and then you rest your shoulder, your head on her shoulder.
Grandma's hug. That's grandma's hug. Look, after she came from the kitchen, and she still smelled like the pies. She was making, and she hugging. And
you resting your head on her shoulder. She's gently caressing your hair.
Bird,
come on now. Grace said $500 electric bill.
Holy shit.
Nigga, I refuse. Yo, that's the other thing. So I've often wondered, because that's one of the reasons I've always wanted to go to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see, because being in Kenya and experiencing that dry heat, I wanted to experience Arizona's, like not live there.
Yeah,
because again, I hear it's unbearable.
Right,
but just experience it, like to have something to compare it against, because I kind of want to see what that's like.
Listen, man, all I can tell you is $500 in electric bills, that's no bueno.
No, I'm not.
That's no bueno. Like, that's horrible.
I can't hold that. I can't hold that. That's not my.
Ken says, come visit. Yo, listen, me and my wife, before all this pandemic stuff, me and my wife had a plan that every year we was going to leave the country. Every year we was going to leave the country. Stuff didn't work out that way, but once stuff gets into a comfortable space and our bags be getting right, you know what I'm saying? We probably going to start that again. I would definitely go down to Medellin. I would definitely go down there.
Gray. I went to school in Kenya my 7th and 8th grade years.
Yeah, he was over there. Because he was
I can't say in Florida it wasn't only the heat, it was also the stupidity.
Yo, that's a good point.
You gotta deal with the heat, you gotta deal with the humidity, you gotta deal with the stupidity.
I'm not down. Listen, for me, I want to get truthfully as far away from apes as I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just look, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I don't blame you.
Moto Wizard Steve, what's up, man?
What's going on?
Like, that's expensive, B. It is.
Listen to me clearly. When I was taking care of my grandparents' house, and it was gang.
Here we go.
Gang.
Yo, let me first apologize because I know like my lighting is trash right now. I can't find the remote for one of my.
It still ain't bad. Your face is
no, the lighting ain't horrible. It
still ain't horrible. It ain't horrible.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
What's up with y'all boys, man?
Chilling. But I when I was taking care of my grandparents' house, I had, let me see, it was me, my uncle, his son, his daughter, her baby father, and the baby. The highest.
That's crazy. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. The BGE bill probably averaged like $380, but again, that's like a bunch of people in the house,
all using electricity,
right?
With
so BGE, that's your electricity company and shit.
Yeah, yes. Baltimore. Yeah,
okay.
Cool. Hey, yo, Eddie, Gray just
What's good, Gray?
Gray
I
just
was
gave you.
I was actually just talking to Gray.
Oh,
What's
word.
up? Yeah, we talking
Word.
on the DMs and shit. Shout out to him. Happy
Word.
birthday to him. You know,
Word.
Facts.
we both October babies, Libra babies. You know.
Okay. All right.
I know you don't fuck with astrology.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying it's gang.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I got it. All right. Let's start this shit then.
Let's get
Since we have
started.
a grand entrance from Eddie.
The grand entrance indeed. All right, so might as well get this intro going. What?
Did you already do the how your week?
No, we have not.
We didn't start.
No.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for.
We ain't even
Oh,
really
damn.
Stop doing that. Yo, stop doing
You
that.
do this all the time, yo. You do this all the time. You do this all the time. But anyway,
I did that last week.
No, you did it before
What
that.
up, Paul?
Relax.
What's up, Paul?
Eddie, turn your mic up. Yo. Eddie, turn your mic up.
All right, I got you.
Bet.
Is that better?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Word.
Me.
Stop it.
Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ
You
and my guy Adequate.
Yeah.
And of course, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and we are just a few geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now, once again, we're here for another week. I have not looked at any documents
because I haven't sent it.
Well, not even that. I wouldn't have looked at it anyway because I want to get a fresh take on stuff. There's quite a bit of things that happened this week. Some very annoying.
I know. I already know one of those things we're going to talk about.
So, look, some I want to talk about.
Oh, listen. If you listen to the show, you know that was going to be
yeah.
Facts.
He getting that work.
Facts. Yo, my napalm say, y'all still over there putting pressure on Addy? No.
Yo.
Why you saying that?
Yo. So apparently, I know one thing that didn't happen this week. Addy, you want to take care of that poem problem?
Nope.
No, so once again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to resign from being on the BCGz.
This nigga resigned every week. This nigga resigned every
week, though.
Shit is ridiculous. But we got, like I said, some things we want to discuss today. But first,
let's do the clip first.
All right, so let me set it up. So this weekend, busy. Saturday. What's up, sis? Saturday was exceedingly busy. And one of the things we did was met up with Joe Stevenson. Now, for those of you that have been watching the show for a while, Joe sometimes appears on the show every so often. We have a certain topic he wants to weigh in on. He comes on the show. He also has a channel called Serious Mind, as in the Sirius B constellation, not Sirius Jones, whatever like that. You know what I'm saying?
That was funny. Because I was just literally like watching an interview with Sirius Jones. Like
I was too the other day. It was a little funny.
Wait, the script. That shit was funny.
Yeah, but so Joe does for the last couple of years. He's done. He didn't do it last year because of COVID, but he does this. He travels around, and he goes and meets a lot of his internet friends, people he's gotten really cool with online or whatever, and known for quite a few years. I've known Joe for some years because of YouTube, and I met him in person twice. Once at the second Reason rally. No, I met him at the first Reason rally too. I just had a longer conversation with him at the second Reason rally. And then he came to the crib the first time he was doing one of those little trips to visit his friends and stuff. He came into town. We caught up with him. We had a discussion, had a little segment we did. And there's a clip here of the clip.
And here we go.
And the main reason to do that is because it's better, because one, I don't know that there is a chickenpox vaccine. Two, if you get
is that frozen to you?
Yeah, frozen,
very mild, and if you get it as an adult, it can actually be deadly.
That's weird.
Matter of fact, there is.
That's weird. It was just working. Yo, I think it's the stream because even SPJ is doing the little jerky thing when he moves.
It might be the stream.
I think it's the stream.
I don't know. I mean, just try to do it over them. Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
I'm just saying, like, take it out and then like do what. You
I
just
don't.
did.
I don't know.
Now it's too.
Yo, why are you on it twice, my G?
I think he's doing that on purpose. I think he's trolling.
I was not doing it.
Oh,
I was
all
not doing it. on purpose. No, I don't know. I don't know. Let's try this again.
He's a variant, yo. That was a variant.
I'm not. No, that's not what happened. And that's crazy because
it was working.
No, I see what happened. I see what happened.
Biddy said
The main
hashtag
reason
support
to do
Addy
that
Hugs.
is because
Thank
it's
you.
better, because one, I don't know that there is a chickenpox vaccine. Two, if you get most people who get it as a child get it very mild, and if you get it as an adult, it can actually be deadly.
Matter of fact, there is a shingles vaccine now, and funny enough, there's this website you can go to, put your information in there, and it'll tell you which ones you are missing, and keep a record.
Was that moving for you? Because that wasn't moving for me.
I would like
It's a big file.
Yeah.
That could be what it is.
Now it's speeding up and shit.
It's a big file.
And the main reason to do that
There we
is
go.
because
There we
it's
go.
better, because one, I don't know that there is a chickenpox vaccine. Two, if you get most people who get it as a child get it very mild, and if
It's
you
on
get
point
it
now.
as an adult, it can actually be deadly.
Matter of fact, there is a shingles vaccine now, and funny enough, there's this website you can go to, put your information in there, and it'll tell you which ones you are missing, and keep a record of it, right? Me and my wife saw that, we need to get those. It's literally right there on the screen in red. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to get it because my brother had shingles before he died. Maybe a year before he died. He was in constant pain.
Yeah.
Listen, if somebody would have said to him, hey, take this shot, you wanted to go through that, he would have did it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to wait until after I have the issue to do that. I'm going to go and do it.
Well, it's the same thing, measles, mumps, rubella, all those. If you got them as children, I mean, they're rough. They could kill you, but you're probably going to survive.
Right.
But you get them as an adult, and
Go blind.
there's a lot of bad things that can happen.
Yeah.
And what I don't get is now the people that are against having their kids get the shots now that they're getting approved. Like your kid got 6, 7 shots, you got the MMR, which that's 3 right there. You had other vaccinations, and these were mandatory to be in public school.
Right.
So maybe if you were homeschooled, you didn't have to do it, but that's fine. You want to stay home.
Yeah, and stay out of our face.
But what ends up happening is a lot of these people are like, well, if you were worried, you should stay home. No. You should not be posing risks upon everybody else.
That's right.
Because the vulnerable people can't get shots.
Like my mom. Right.
And there are a tiny number of people who actually can't wear a mask. Although all the people claiming that they have. You should be yelling at store owners at the top of their lungs about how they can't breathe with a mask. Sorry, if my fat ass could do it, so can you. They think that somehow they're immune, and they think that basically everybody else should clear the way, so just to them, that they're not inconvenienced, and it doesn't matter that they put other people at risk. They don't care.
Right.
And so to me, then, if you have this, you think you're some libertarian, but you're willing to put other people at risk, you're a pretty poor libertarian, because the whole point is the principle of non-aggression, that I won't aggress you, you don't aggress me.
Right.
Well, that's why I've always believed that it was a bankrupt philosophy, that people didn't actually stick by it.
They don't.
A few people do, but very few.
I mean, I don't know how much more aggressive you get than your bio-warfare against your fellow neighbor. Like, I don't understand. Like, again, it's one of these things where I really think I don't have a solution to this, because I firmly believe it's too late. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, you're a pessimist, we got to do something. Listen, I watched this take place. If you go back 10, 11 years on my Facebook, you see me talking about, this is not, and meanwhile, people were like, it's no problem. And we here now.
Yep.
We're here now. So I don't know.
Started from the bottom and we
now
stayed.
Start from the bottom, we decided to stay. Look, I don't know what we can do about that. Like, do you think of anything they could possibly do other than, to me, I feel like it should just be mandated. Cages.
Well, what's happening now, and is even before the government mandates, because right now basically Biden's kind of limited to like the federal government,
right?
But big companies are starting to say, if you're not vaccinated, like the healthcare companies and even the airlines, if you're not vaccinated, you don't work here anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got a notification from Twitch
For what?
about the signal was
Oh,
yeah. And Special Space says that Twitch went jerk. Twitch, look, I don't know if it's because we're doing it from various different platforms.
Yeah,
but Twitch, you better not act crazy when we do that full switch over.
Making the switch to Twitch.
Yeah. See you.
You better not. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I do have a few questions though
about the production quality. I know it was amazing, wasn't it? Like,
no, it's not bad.
Oh,
what time of the year was this?
This was yesterday.
And you wore a fleece jacket yesterday?
Yo, bro, I was thinking, listen, while I was watching the video just now, I was like, yo, that nigga look hot.
That's
like, wasn't though.
Bro, I know you weren't.
It wasn't.
I was there.
No, of course,
I was there.
I'm just saying, like,
but
bro, you had me hot.
Comparing to the light to yo, you
that
just
look
like yo, this nigga.
It was literally 70 degrees.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Cool.
It wasn't. Yeah,
70 degrees.
It wasn't hot. It wasn't hot out there.
I got you.
But yeah, you looked hot. Like I was like,
hey man. I will prefer looking hot than looking cold. I hate the cold. Y'all already know.
Sure.
But y'all both right though. Both of what y'all was saying was right. Your sentiments were on point. And I think people are getting annoyed with, I guess, our side of this argument about protecting each other from COVID, that they're getting annoyed with us. But it's like, yo, but we saw you guys run amok all last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now we have a Delta strain, and you guys are still acting ass. Like, no, we're going to keep
Well,
talking,
my thing is, the best way.
That's one way to look at it, man.
Look, what I'm saying is, like, they annoyed. They may be getting annoyed. My annoyance with them is to the point where I just don't want to be around them.
Yeah,
because it's dumb. And then here's the other thing. I don't know what annoys me more.
But that's not
that,
or the
stupid statements that I gotta hear them make. Yeah. Stupid arguments, unscientific arguments that I gotta hear them make. You know how much that annoys me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
thanks.
I'll be they try to connect things that don't
correlate at all.
I was
literally having a conversation with somebody yesterday about this shit, and like I forgot what they were saying, but what they were saying was like, "Yo, but." They was like, "Oh, you guys love science so much," and I'm like, "Yo, but you're literally on the phone with me right now. Like, it's not about loving. It's like, yo, science has been working for hundreds of years for us.
Yo,
what is you talking about?
Listen to me clearly. That may be the best response I've ever heard you give someone.
So
because that is so epic.
So at this point, I'm glad.
You said you're literally on the phone with me right now.
I'm so glad Eddie managed to pop in today with this. Because when Eddie
hold on, real quick. That is a clip, ladies and gentlemen. There's a full interview.
There's a full thing.
The Black Culture Geeks YouTube page and probably the Facebook
Culture Geeks
page.
Let's get it correct.
No, they air.
Put it there. Nobody.
They air in front of your house.
They followed me at work too. By the way.
Listen, I just got to say, first of all, Addy, that's the perfect way to put that. And what it has done, I got to say this, and this is not for anybody on the stream, because I already know the vast majority of you understand the importance of science. All right, this is for anyone that will come across this later. How dare you, little jabroni? How dare you wake up in the morning and pull the covers off? Covers, by the way, made through a machine.
Science.
Thanks to science.
Okay.
Get up, turn on the light. Thanks to science. Go make yourself some coffee. Thanks to science. Get yourself together to leave out the house. Start your car. Thanks to science. And then get on here and talk about how people you just love.
Y'all love science.
But you love science. What's the most nutty part about that? She was like, "Oh, because y'all just out here trusting the government." I was like, "Yo, B, like you voted for Obama the first time, and now that I start voting, now you tripping that I'm voting like you like." Just like, yo, like I understand that you stopped and I started, but at the end of the day, you're saying, "Oh, this shit is all run by the government." Yo, most of these science things are not funded by the government. You know what I'm saying? Like they gotta get grants from other places. Like fuck out of here.
It's time to call cap.
And all science doesn't come from the United States.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. But it's time to call Cap what it is. All of you armchair revolutionaries that's running around this motherfucker acting like, ooh,
I'm in an armchair.
The shadow government.
Stop.
Look, the shadow government. You can't trust the government. You can't trust it. Your fellow citizen.
Yeah.
You can't trust your neighbor. So you telling me you can't trust the government sounds a little weird, considering the fact that if this is true, why aren't you guys all dressed in black with your berets on and going out there and taking it down? Y'all niggas phony.
To be
y'all
fair, I don't
phony.
But that they say and that they do, like I know that they could be phony. I know that they lie to us because they're fucking human beings. Like
the Bagheera shout out, my guy.
Bagheera.
Gang.
Yo, it's just amazing to me how remarkably phony people are with this. Oh, you can't trust the government. Literally, the stuff that you eat, most of the stuff you eat had to go through a government
FDA approved, and y'all still eat it. Y'all
process
and none of that.
I don't trust the government. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to.
But if you're gonna be like that, then do it all the way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, you're not supposed to. But the way y'all talk, you're like at any moment now, y'all about to stage a revolution. You ain't gonna do shit.
Yo, too, my point is this. Them niggas talk all that shit, but you still on the grid, though.
You still on the grid, and you won't leave.
Because convenience.
Well, now you can't leave.
Yeah.
Well, that's because petulant behavior, right?
Facts,
like Ken said. But my thing is, y'all say all that. The government trying to kill us, y'all. It's trying to do this, y'all. It's trying to do that, y'all. I hear that dumbass shit. But then the moment a guy like me goes, I'm leaving. Where you going, dog? That's crazy.
Stay here. keep getting fucked up with us.
Yo, pick a struggle, my guy.
Oh, man.
Pick a struggle.
Yeah.
Pick a struggle.
You actually telling them to make a choice? You know they're not good at that.
Of course they're not.
I think it's the thinking part that they're not good at. I think it's that. The thinking part. That's the part where the issue is. That shit kills me. The level of overstatement with some of these the outrage they feign on social media or when they talking to you about shit like this.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, so you're saying the government's trying to kill you, right? Right. Why are you still here?
Yeah, like they could have got us out the paint. Like, what the fuck is y'all talking about?
You're still here though.
It's like I say to any conspiracy theory. Either it's not actually what's happening, or they're really bad at it.
Yes,
really fucking bad.
Yo, Graydon with the rustling reference. The baby revolutionaries.
Hit me. What's that?
Yo, all right. So
kayfabe is the idea of the story. So if you have a story, kayfabe would be outside. I mean, inside of the story.
Yes.
Shoot would be outside of the story.
Okay.
Yes.
So if we have characters on the Black Culture Geeks, right. If we have characters on Black Culture Geeks and pretty much anybody,
we do have characters.
Let me finish. Okay. Pretty much anybody that's doing these type of things has a character.
Right.
So, this whole thing about me trolling you about not rapping, right?
Mm-hmm. That's kayfabe.
Because I know exactly what the issue is.
You know why I'm not.
Right. I know exactly what the issue is.
Right.
That would be the line.
Right.
Yeah.
If you talked about it.
If I got on here and said, yeah, Eddie hasn't been rapping because such and such, that would be shoot.
Yeah.
That would be me shooting on the situation.
Right.
But they don't need to know all that.
Yeah, facts.
Right.
Right.
Man of Beast. He was probably the greatest troll. I saw him wrestle. Nah, that ain't it. I saw Jerry King Lawyer power drive him into the mat, so he clearly wasn't the best wrestler. Right. But Andy Kaufman was definitely the greatest troll. Like,
hey, brother, look at us though. Like, we like educated people and all this shit. You know, like,
not really. We are dumbasses. You know what's bad?
Anyway,
what did we say? What did we say? The day we know things are really bad when we become the smartest guys in the room. If I walk in the room and I'm the smartest guy, there's a problem.
All I'm saying is, normally, like, if I don't know something, I'd be like, yo, what's that? You know,
Right.
And
Yeah.
y'all
No, but Eddie and
nothing,
I,
you know?
Eddie and I are the only guys in the room. How about that?
Ass.
I'm just saying.
Ass.
I'm
This
just
guy's
saying.
ass. Look,
I'm just saying.
look.
But anyway, week.
Oh yes. So, Addie, how was your week?
Man, you already know what the vibes is. We're not doing that. Stop.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Stop.
I was just asking what your week was, bro. That's
Nah,
part. Like when we do this show, that's kind of what we do. We in the beginning part,
but
we
it's
talk
like,
about our week.
Since like I'm the third, like y'all should go first. You know what I mean? Like
No, but last week it was a different reason why we should go first. I try to get some consistency here. Like.
But if I go first, then it won't be consistent.
I think you should go first because we were talking this whole time and they heard us, so it's time for them to hear your voice a little bit.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, we ain't doing this next week. Fuck that.
If you want time, then we don't gotta worry about it.
Yeah, that's facts.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
Hold on,
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Relax. I'm tripping.
I just explained to you the difference between kayfabe and shooting.
No, I get it, but relax. Do it to me. All right, so I'll get into my week. I'm finally like officially like hired on. Like I did my orientation like Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So got that settled with. So I'm on the job. I took the next day off because I had some other shit I had to deal with. Because like with the whole renters insurance and shit, I was trying to get that settled. That didn't happen because with Liberty Mutual, I had a bill that I ain't pay yet, so I had to pay that shit. Yeah, so I can't do that shit. Well, I can get the renters insurance until next week. For some reason, they have this policy like you have to wait a week until after or whatever. So that's that on that. And I just want people to like chill on me.
Yo, here we no. Say it with your chest, yo.
Stop fucking playing.
You say
yeah, but it's not gonna happen.
Stop fucking playing.
But he has but that's a segment, yo.
They need to. They need to though.
That's a segment, yo.
shit could get dangerous for you. Like, yo, listen, I'm real chill, laid back. I stay out the way. Like, I don't fuck with people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you be in my way a lot.
Yeah, because you always in mine. Like, nigga.
Oh, all right. No, you're right. You're right. That's
right.
But
for real though, like people that like don't know me or know nothing about me or don't really like know me like that.
Right.
Can y'all like chill? Like, don't be doing insane, stupid shit. Because I might react and you won't like that. So
I might react and you won't want that.
I'm just saying. And I just don't know what else to do other than like, all right, I see you. I get it.
Oh, no, nigga. There's something you can do. But the question is, after you do that, are you willing to deal with the consequences?
That's the
whole thing.
That's the point. That's the point.
You'd rather not.
I'd rather not deal with those consequences.
Nah, I feel you.
So I have to be buns in order to like not deal with those things. You feel me?
Right.
Like this was 20-year-old Addy, teenage Addy. Like, yeah, it'll be a little different.
It'd have been something. It'd have been something.
People are nuts. And also, I was at Walmart the other day. I was with my home.
Your Walmart?
Huh?
Your
Walmart? The one I used to work at? No, I don't go there. I don't fuck that. I only go there when I'm cashing checks for real.
Word.
That's all.
Starting on them hoes.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
They can suck all the deals. Anyway. Yeah, so I was at the Walmart at my around my homegirl's crib and shit because I wanted to make food for her. So I got some ribs, got shit for mac and cheese and all that, right? And then I was like, oh shit, I need to get some pants, like some shorts, some black shorts, because I don't got none. So I was like, all right, well, you go grab this and I'll go get these. And then while in the midst of me doing that, I went to the produce section to get like the rest of the recipes and shit. And the rest of the ingredients and shit. And this white dude, like he's probably like in his 60s and 70s, he come up to me and he cracked a joke with me. He said,
nice.
What do you call a black person that's in jail?
Oh.
Shaka Khan.
So I think the real answer to that would have been you in
Duffington,
jail.
right?
Yeah, in jail for duffing this motherfucker.
Yeah.
This is what you didn't even know.
At all. Just came up to me, said that shit. I was like, not funny, fuck on my face, and walked away. Straight up. Well, I was really thinking about punching him, but I was like, nah, like, no matter what I do at that moment, I'm gonna look back.
They're gonna make it about you. They're gonna make it about you.
Go ahead, James. Go ahead.
So you would have took my advice that time?
Yes, definitely. I was talking about it, like straight up. Straight up. But I'm like, yo, bro, you got too much to lose. You about to move into
That's
the
a fact.
squad. You got other shit to do with.
All
All
facts.
that, you know. But I'm like, nah, Dukes, you can't do that right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was just like, I was so fucking perplexed that people have the gall. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I already know South Carolina's racist as shit. Like, just by the laws, period. You know what I mean? But
Right.
the people too is just like, fam, like, how do you feel comfortable coming? Like, we had no interaction before that. You just
Right.
came up to me and said that shit, thinking that I was going to think it was funny.
Like, bro, I
Why
don't
would you
know
think
you.
that?
Yo, those
and
type.
and plus I'm wearing this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yo, those type of people, they know where to do shit like that at. What I'm saying is, you're not gonna find too much of that happening downtown Baltimore.
True.
Downtown Baltimore, somebody
believe
just
that.
come up to you, just ran a white person come to you and said something racist. They know where to do that.
And no, when I
Those
walked
type
away,
of people know where to do that.
when I walked away from him, he's like, "Oh, but it was funny. It was a joke." I'm like, "Nah, B, nah, my nigga." But I'm happy that he didn't follow me, because if he would have started following me, I would have straight turned around and decked him in his shit, and then that would have been it. And then I would have been like, "Hey, yo, I would have been like, yo, shorty, we got to bounce." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No ribs for
Straight up.
you.
You know what I'm saying?
Next
hey, yo,
store,
we-
my guy.
he was, oh,
Right.
so still take the cart? No.
No.
that's dick. We out. Fuck this shit. But other than that, like, yo, my week's been cool. I'm just like mad scared about the transition I'm going through. Like, because I always overthink shit, and I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up. But
Probably, but fear not. If you fuck it up, it won't be catastrophic.
yeah,
Realize-
I don't think that either.
Right. So realize, like, even if you fuck up, there's still that's a comma. It's not a it's not a period.
Right.
So you can keep moving and do what it is you gotta do. Like,
That's facts.
So
yeah,
yeah,
don't
that's
worry
pretty
about that.
Yeah, that was pretty much my week. But how about y'all boys though?
You want to go?
I don't. Where? Hold up. I gotta find my.
But we're not doing this
notes.
again next week though. I'm not going for
No,
Come out.
Just be on time.
Word.
The truth isn't important.
Facts don't matter.
The truth isn't important. Just be on time.
If we learned anything in the last couple of years, facts don't matter.
Bruh, facts clearly
Facts
don't
don't
matter.
matter.
All right.
Hold up, Ken asked, did other people hear it, and how did they? No, nobody else heard it. It was like, you know, like when somebody come up to you and they talk to you, just
Just a little bit of an isolated scenario.
yeah. Nobody else.
You would have got in trouble, but I'm telling you, an appropriately applied rock bottom would have made your day.
Nigga.
Yo, we was at like at the corner store.
No,
or
you
the
should have
liquor store
drop
and shit.
kicked them.
I would have straight duffed him in this shit and walked away like, nah, like, cause
I mean,
I already
it's
knew he
real
couldn't beat me
simple.
up anyway.
No, you should have hit him with a Randy. No, you should have hit him with a Randy Orton drop kick. No, just at the top, just straight.
Yo, I would
face.
have gave him a 2-piece with no biscuit, my nigga. Straight up, like, yo, he was wilding for real though, because I was mad the entire time until we got out of Walmart. Like, I was so tight with the shit. I'm like, for real, like, South Carolina is wild. Like, y'all racist as
Yo,
shit.
but
Y'all be acting like y'all don't know
peep
that.
the game, because you could have pushed him. And
Yo, you could have pushed him down.
When he went to push back, go up under the arm, hook him up.
No, if I pushed him, he would have fell, and then I would have done more though. And like, you can't do that in Walmart, like, for real.
Could have
Like,
dropped the elbow when he fell.
nah, B, like, I would have went in.
You could have stepped over the body.
Cause yo, I've experienced racism before, like from police and shit, but not from just like a random stranger, my nigga. Like,
No,
that was weird to me. Like,
when I was younger, and we would go outside of the neighborhoods that typically people look like us live.
yeah,
From distances, we would hear them with the nigga this, nigga that, from a distance,
yeah,
right? Not whatever.
yeah.
But in the rare times it's happened where I was right there, that stopped happening once I got over 6 feet for some reason.
I
For
bet
some
it
reason, that
There's no
stopped.
correlation.
I don't believe it is at all.
Happenstance.
Yeah.
Happenstance, my guy.
Yeah. When I was little landing,
Oh, so niggas was just trying you when you was little landing? Then you
no,
got
I'm talking
taller,
about,
then niggas
like I
started
said, the
fucking
rare times it happened, because mind you, when I went to school, I didn't start going to school with people other than black people till junior high. Elementary was all black kids in that school. So I didn't have the opportunity for something like that to take place.
Yeah, I got
right?
you.
But when I went up to junior high, there was the incident where the guy, I still remember his name, James Groom. All right. He hung out with a lot of the black kids there because it was literally mostly black people up at the school. He was comfortable. He felt comfortable. And that's great. Any other time, me and James Groom would have been cool. But then he fixed his lips to say something. Y'all got to remember the time period.
Yeah, that's
Roots had just came on TV.
Because you're
Roots had just come on TV. You say that.
Yeah.
And I wigged on him.
What'd he say? What'd he say though?
Something to the effect of pick my cotton, something like that. Again,
see,
Roots had just on TV, right?
Of course.
So that led to an explosive reaction that got me in a bunch of trouble. Didn't care, all right? Didn't care at all. And they held me in the school and let him go home because they feared if they let me go home first, I'd be out there waiting. And
they were right.
And they're right. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, that don't. Nah.
Yeah.
That don't.
I just like what I said. Like I've never really experienced racism outside of like police. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
That. And that shit was like this wasn't like some. What did they call it? The other shit, but this shit was like overtly racist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, yo, you feel that comfortable doing that, but I'm like, but then then there's also like, I'm like, oh, but I gotta understand where I'm at, but still that doesn't matter though.
No, it shouldn't matter, but it do.
Yeah, you know,
it shouldn't matter. Like somebody should know not to go up to somebody. Can you imagine me going up to some Asian person? And hitting them with this an incredibly racist Asian joke,
and drop it like
a person I don't know from Adam. We not friends, but we had that rapport where we go do this back and forth thing. I don't know this person.
Do you know why? Do you know why Asian food is so spicy? Oh, MSG, ha, ha. Like no, it's not funny. It's stupid. It's dumb. Like you don't have to say shit like that. Like talk to me for real. Like
yeah, so Cindy says, gosh, I wonder why. Man, if he's go tallness equals advantage. And Mike goes, because at 6 feet tall, people realize you have wingspan bigger than their ability to take a single step. They want to be able to taste their dinner that night and don't want you slapping the taste off their mouth.
Facts.
That's a fact.
Hey, yo, no cap, because I was talking to my homegirl about this shit. I was like, yo, so if I would have duffed them, I would have looked way fucking bad. But if it was you or my pops, though, it would have been like at least fairer though.
Nah,
because y'all older, you know what I mean?
The narrative would have
still been the same, but still like.
No, what I'm saying is the narrative they would have spent would have made you look bad, but the reality still would have been the reality. Yeah. He deserved to get punched in his fucking face.
Facts.
And they can the people around that would be dismissive of why you did it. They can create any kind of narratives they want, but the reality situation is you don't go up to a stranger, somebody you don't know, and play those type of games.
And that's why I be saying people need to stop playing with me because I can snap and I will, but I don't want to. Also, on a brighter note,
hold on.
On a brighter note, do you guys see something new?
No.
I got my new specs.
I'm not kidding. If you would have let me finish.
Oh.
Okay. Too late.
You want to do it over?
It's fine. The moment is past. I was about to say you're not eating something, so that's
but I saw you eating something earlier, and I ain't saying nothing.
You saw nothing, sir.
Like,
nothing.
You ate something and you drank your water.
Like, I took a pill. I have pills. Like what the hell?
You good, fam? Like what you
nigga?
What
popping pills and shit?
Damn, you pill popping animal, my nigga.
That ain't cool.
Syrup sick, nigga. Syrup. Nah, but yeah, I got my glasses.
It ain't sweet over here.
They look like they
nah, but that was also
still be sweet.
But that was also why. But that was also why I was late though, because like as soon as I dropped the car off, I had called the people and I was like, "Yo, where my glasses at?" It was like, "Oh, we called you, but your voicemail is full." Da, da, da.
Why is your voicemail full?
Why is your voice?
Because I don't ever listen to my shit.
Because you're eating.
Delete them. No. You don't gotta listen to them. Just give it up.
I don't even like ring that shit at all for real. But they told me so.
Hush up, Cindy. Hush.
That's what happens when Addy. Hold up. What's Cindy say? He's that's true. That's true.
Mind
That's
your
what happens
business too.
when Addy's under pressure. Hey, yo, Paul, I'm like, bruh. I swear, when I drop my next project, you are going to be in all my verses.
Yo.
No, some real shit though. Last night I was listening to Cosmic, and I was listening to like a bunch of shit that you and I done to him.
Yeah.
and Napalm's on that one shit. What's the shit? Keep it moving. I love his verse. Yeah, we killed that shit.
He talking shit on that verse.
Yeah, he is. But shouts to y'all, and shouts to me getting my glasses. Like I'm happy. Literally, that when I went in there, I put them shits on. I'm like, yo, this is different. And the person that was behind me, they was laughing, like, yo, like,
yo. Man of Beat says I don't check voicemail. My mom would leave like 30 voicemails. Lady, just text me. That's how I be feeling.
I just
like, yo, you listen. That's a bunch of extra steps for me to listen to my voicemail. Just text me. He's like, oh, okay.
Because then you got to press buttons. Then you got to delete shit. Oh, fuck. Like, it's too much.
Ass. It's just ass.
Yo, my bad. How was y'all week, though? My bad. I prolonged this
shit. Yeah, just a little bit. But that's also, we had to have a discussion about that. But you want to go next or you need me to go
I don't.
Okay. My week was rather busy. Bunch of stuff.
No shit.
Bunch of stuff to do.
You don't say.
And it's one of these things like me and SPJ have talked about this on numerous occasions. When you have that amount of things that you have to do, you have to plan for some recreation. Mm-hmm. Because if you not, you won't. I'm literally jumping from one thing to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. And because of that, there are times when I feel like, what's suffering? Like, what of those things that I'm doing is taking a hit,
right? Because
I'm doing all of this other stuff, so I'm not putting my full attention to that. And I came to the realization, really after yesterday, for real, that I've cut some stuff, but there's more culling that's probably going to need to happen. Right? It's more culling, because I got to limit people's access to me simply for the fact that some people just don't respect your time and what you're doing. Yeah. Right? They don't. And the other day we had a situation like that where we clearly in advance created the parameters, right? They were not responded to, but they clearly saw it. Mm-hmm. There was enough time to respond. Mm-hmm. They responded, and that's not the first time something like that has happened.
Right.
So there are times I'm willing to be, hey, yo, Napalm is dumb. That private joke we had on that call, you stupid. But there are times, right, where I will inconvenience myself for a good enough cause, or if circumstances is like, yo, I get it. I get why that happened, right?
Yeah.
But no, we're not making that a habit.
No.
And I think because of the nature of what this thing was, I gave it more allowance for that. But that's got to stop, because there are bags to be made.
Bags.
But these bags require your attention, right? So I got to give that shit my full attention.
Yeah, you can't just put that shit on autopilot. It's active.
Right. Yesterday was
adequate eating.
We see you.
Show the bag, my guy. I want to see what you're eating. Word.
Party size too. That's a big ass bag too.
I'm with it.
So yesterday, even though it was busy, it was fun. Because we went, what's the name of that place, yo? On Point?
Fells. The Point.
The Point.
Yeah, the Point at Fells. It's a joke because Fells Point. The name
Point.
Of the place is the Point.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, the name of the place is the Point at Fells.
We get the point. So,
okay. Right.
So, like, it was a dope ass day. First of all, as far as weather.
Absolutely.
Weather was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Cooperative like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
We ate outside. That shit was fire.
Facts.
That shit was fire. That first part of that day was actually dope. and then the shenanigans, and then I come home.
Shenanigans going to shenan.
Right. And when I came home, the first thing I did is jump into the work that I have to do. And that's the thing that got me thinking like, yo, it's a lot. And some things are not fruitful or profitable. And they've had time to be.
I am happy.
They had time to be. You know what I'm saying? So there's a change gonna come.
I am elated. I am ecstatic.
A change gonna come.
I am rejoicing.
I'm gonna say right now, Napalm, that's cap. So,
yo, Napalm says,
yo, call Eddie Hahn. That's funny.
My man Hahn,
hilarious.
My man Hahn.
I'm just always eating on here.
Han you are really though. You really are though. Now before I finish my whole week and all of that, because I was being super vague because it's business reasons.
There's a reason.
Some of that. There's business reasons for that. One other piece of business that I would like to share with y'all. So, of course, you know the comic book. The comic book. Ooh. Listen. Ooh. You guys already know, I've said it a million times, super excited about what we have put together here. And like I said, it's a few things, it's a couple things with the logos, a couple of things with some promotional material that we want to launch along with it that we're still ironing out. But I wanted to take this time to thank the people that went onto the Patreon account and became patrons of this shit. I appreciate you, especially considering the fact that this is a long time project. And we finally got into a position to be able to focus on it fully and get this shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And those of you early adopters that came on, watch what we did.
Facts.
Watch what we did.
Yo, I just thought about something. Send I don't know if he's still in here. Send Gray the creation story.
Got you. For your universe. Got you.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, like this has been a long time coming. Stuff like this is what I want to spend a lot of my time on. Stuff like this.
Yeah.
Napalm is dumb. Like this, what I want to spend time on stuff like this. I want to be in that creative space here, both with the story and also it informing music. Right, this is what I want to be doing. So I gotta clear up space to do it because I gotta. There are things that come from my creation, right? Stuff that I got something to do with. They should take priority.
Facts.
They should take priority. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like this should take priority. So you can find. I'm gonna put the
we'll fill you in completely after this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. I got a dope a group of people helping me create this. We got Graydon, you got Joseph Arnold. You know what I'm saying? We got. Oh, trust me, there'll be other writers too. You know what I'm saying? SBJ. Like there'll be other writers too to add to the omniverse structure that we're trying to do. Wow. But this is what I really want to focus on. This right here. Wow. You know? Right. I will put the Patreon link in the comments. So anybody that's interested in supporting,
make sure you pin it too.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that is my week.
Devilish grin. So I guess I'll start with that since so as Tim just eloquently stated, we can't go into heavy detail about that specific thing.
Right.
But funny enough, I had already had on my list for the week a scenario that can fit in the same category.
Right.
So, words to the wise. being in a position to help someone in some way, shape, or form, whatever the case may be, whether you are big shit or whether you're medium shit, whatever you are, if you have the, I'm just saying, whatever you are, if you're in a position to help someone, that does not absolve you of having to participate in being considerate.
Right.
That is not how that works. I had a scenario where this person legitimately, I've talked about my dealings in crypto here and there. Legitimately, without two people actually, Mike is one, but between Mike, actually three people, between Mike, Fab, and this person, if it wasn't for the combination of those three, I would not have really jumped into crypto the way that I did.
Right.
But I think respectfully, I can say I took what they gave me, did more research.
Grace said the creation story sits up.
Yo, send add him to that doc. So I had those three input from those three. I did some research on my own. Observed the landscape, added in my penchant for observation of people and my knowledge of how humans work.
Right.
And I am now in a better position with the crypto thing as far as my mentality and understanding how things work and the way they work. And I feel respectfully that for what I'm doing it for, I'm a little ahead of all three of them as far as what I'm doing it for.
Right.
Well, the third person sent me a message. She says, "What's your email address?" Now, here's the thing. I never got the full context of what this was for because she wanted to be a jerk. And I can be a jerk as well. Oh. You want to be petty with me?
Thanks.
Oh, nigga. You want to be petty with me?
Say more.
My guy. So there's this group, and there's this guy. He's big in the crypto field, and he gives his picks, and his picks are supposed to be sure things and all this other stuff. So I signed up to his newsletter because I am interested in seeing what he, is saying about these things. Because he does have a certain success rate and all this other good stuff. But I think the way that people talk about him is inaccurate. Right. It's not the way people make it seem like, oh, if he's in on it, it's going to blah blah this and blah. Slow your roll.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Calm down.
It's not that. That's not what this is. But he does have a keen eye for it. If I'm being honest, he probably has a more refined version of my idea of looking at it.
Right.
Just from outside looking in, never having talked to him or any of that. Just from my observation. So there was an issue. A bunch of people in the group. It's a huge group. A bunch of people in the group. I didn't get my newsletter. So I put a comment in one of the posts like, yeah, I didn't get mine either. She's in this group. 10 minutes later, I get a message from her asking me what my email address is.
Right.
Cold. So I'm like, what? I didn't even ask why. Right. I said, which one? And she said something snarky. And I'm like, no, she said, why can't you just give me your email address? I said, I'm asking you which email address. Like, I have 7. Like, I need to know what this is for.
Wait, hold on. She know that though?
No, that was my response to her.
No, I'm saying, but she knows that you have 7. Like,
no, I'm saying that was me right then telling her this.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that was me right then telling her, like, yo, I have 7. Oh, well, don't worry about it. If you want to be difficult, then I can't help you. Ma'am, I didn't ask for your help.
That's true.
I never asked you for your help. This is not something like I'm like fiending to be a part of.
Right.
I signed up for the newsletter. I didn't get the newsletter. There was a complaint thread about people not getting a newsletter. I simply mentioned I was among the number.
Right.
Again, I'm still not even 100% sure that that's what it was, but just the timing makes it seem like that's
right.
But she never, and I'm like, I'm good. Like, respectfully, I've seen from her. She gave me the look on what is my second biggest come up in the crypto joint, and that was great. But with my refined strategy and looking at her, I realized she don't know no more about what she's talking about than a bunch of people.
Like
she's treating these like their stocks.
Track. Right.
She's treating these like their stocks, and they're not. The thing they have in common is they're tradable.
Right.
There are certain principles that translate between the two, but it is not that.
Right.
It is absolutely not that. Like, I seen her still shilling. Well, shilling. I'm sorry. Well, some people might know what that means, but shilling is basically pumping up, hyping.
Right.
Yes.
And I see her still shilling this coin that I'm talking about. That was my second biggest hit.
Right.
And it's down like 1,000%.
Jeez.
And she's still, and I'm like, yeah, that's not, you gotta be in for the long haul. Sure, in ways, that's not what I'm in it for.
Right.
I'm not, I got other things. If I'm jumping on one of these type coins, it's for that boom.
Yeah, that quick skyrocket. Let me get this and I'm out. Right.
But by comparison, my biggest one, it's crazy. So my biggest one, I saw somewhere, I can't even remember who. It wasn't somebody I knew. It was a random, I talked about this. It was a random Facebook post in one of those groups. Somebody was talking about it, said people should get in. I got in at $40. 2 weeks later, the public pre-sale or whatever it is happened. That $40 turned into like $1,600. So after that, with all the, I ain't got it. It's all tied up. It's legitimately all tied up. Like I don't
have liquid.
It's not liquid. It's not liquid. It's not liquid. My God. Now, I took some profit because again, I'm not in this for the fluctuations. The fluctuations are going to happen. It's inevitable. There's nothing you do about that. I'm in this for profit.
Right.
I'm grabbing something. It jumps up.
Grab and go.
My initial investment.
Right. And I'm
gonna take a little bit of profit.
Right.
Not all of it, but I'm gonna take some profit because now I'm up regardless. No matter if the rest of that tanks, I'm up.
Right.
So I'm taking that and leaving that there to do what it do, depending on what the situation is. Again, there's a whole bunch of research and all that other type
and
stuff.
And also, that's what you're in it for.
Right.
You can't apply whatever standard or goal she has.
Right.
You are in it for.
Yeah.
And that exactly. So that one currently, it's a lot. I ain't even going. I'm trying to get to a point without having to explain so many different things. So there's a way that you can quote unquote mine this particular coin by putting a certain amount of it away so that it can be more stable, basically.
Right.
And the developers reward you for doing that. So currently the amount that I have away, well, this morning before I made some changes that I had a way for letting them hold so it would make the coin more stable was like 3,100 or something like that. Mind you, this is from a $40 investment. But anyway, I found this week my favorite book under my driver's seat. I have no idea how it got in my car. I have no idea how long it's been in my car. There was a time a few months ago where I was looking for it, actively looking for it, could not find it. I don't even have my bookshelf anymore. There are several other books that are missing, but yet, like Thursday, I opened the driver's door, stepped back a little bit, and happened to look, and I saw the colors, and I'm like, that looked like Youth in Revolt. But that can't be. Why would it be under my driver's seat? Got closer. Yeah, that really stuck my hand under there, grabbed. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna probably read that again sometime soon. I'm not bringing that up anymore because that's a disgusting conversation. Well, not disgusting, but it's a very interesting conversation. Real quick, Mike says, yeah, there's no reason to hold in crypto. You can always buy in after the dip. That is a fact. Like I said, there's some people who use different reasons to. Yeah, people got different strategies and all strategies. And they claim they work for them. Fine, cool, whatever. It is what it is. Right. Ken says, how do you convert coins for dollars, or do you have to buy from sites accepting crypto? No, you can convert. The vast majority. There are a bunch of ways to convert coins between cryptocurrency and fiat currency. And there are a bunch of different sites that you can use and a bunch of different platforms that do it.
Don't be cryptic.
Shut up. If you decide to get into it, just make sure you do your research and understand that tax is involved.
Yes.
Whenever you onload or offload, there's 9 times out of 10 that platform that you use to do it is going to have your information. It's going to have your cryptocurrency. I mean, it's going to have your social security number. It's going to have your account number or whatever the case may be. So please do not act as if, like, don't try to cheat with this. Like, especially if you end up doing large amounts, because that's going to screw you, because they have it. They have the information. It's not. Right. People cry about this deregulation of cryptocurrency, and some of that is valid, but for a good portion of it, most onload and offload places that you use, they do a thing called KYC, which is know your customer, where they get your identification, they get a picture of your ID, social security number, bank account info, like all that. So yeah.
I do know that there are ATMs. You can find some ATMs that will allow you to.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I said, there are scenarios where you can potentially onload and offload without going through one of those places that do KYC. And there are also places that do accept cryptocurrency as payment for things. Right. So you can go that way potentially if that's how you feel. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole lot.
I always wonder about that. So how diverse are the places that accept it for currency itself? Because unless it's super diverse, I don't feel rich. Like if I can only go to
it's not. Well, all right. So Miami started doing a thing where they accept specific cryptocurrencies for specific things. There are a few countries that have made like Bitcoin an official currency of their country, things like that. So it's probably just going to keep going, likely. But it's slow-ish. because it's moving really quickly, relatively, when you compare it to any other currency that became new or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But that's the other thing. People can't. There is legitimate potential for quick gains in cryptocurrency, but the reason that's true is because of how volatile cryptocurrency is, which also means there's extremely legitimate potential for losing everything. So
lose it all.
Yeah, just if you decide to get into it, please do your research. Like a lot of people talk about, they have to put the disclaimer out there. Full disclosure, I'm not attacking them because they have to, but this is not financial advice. This is not financial advice.
Right.
I do hate the people that will like legitimately give you advice, like go do this, and then say it's not financial advice. All right, yeah, you're saying that because you have to. You don't want to be held liable.
It's a disclaimer without a purpose because you're literally going to do exactly what you said. This is not.
Exactly. But it's a whole thing. It's cool. Like I said, I've been getting into mining and all that other stuff. Actually, the reason I said that the amount that I have being held to help with the stability of this particular coin was what it was this morning before I changed this, because I took some out of there to put into something else so I can get some more. Yeah, it's a whole thing. That can be a whole hour-long discussion. But the last thing I have is I got some receipts.
Oh shit!
I don't remember what they're receipts of, but I put in my little list screenshots. So let's see. Oh, we have a new dumbass of the week, ladies and gentlemen.
Ding 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 ding. Yeah.
So if I understand we have a mixed fan base, but a lot of you are likely aware of the MCU.
Yeah.
And there are some of you that are only aware of the MCU and not aware of the comics, which is absolutely fine.
It is. It really is.
There's no issue with that whatsoever. There's no problem there. Do what you do, like what you like, get into what you get into. I'm not here to be a gatekeeper for that.
Right.
But some people are. There is a title in the comics, Marvel Comics, called What If? And if you're okay, I said it. Yes, you do, sis. Yes, you do. So there's a title in the comics called What If? And if you're even decent with the English language,
decent,
you could probably figure out that these are hypothetical scenarios.
Yes.
Hypothetical scenarios are not real until they happen.
Right.
It's just how that works. It's just how that works. So they've been in business a long time. Marvel has. I'm pretty certain
a long
time. Long time. I'm fairly certain that if they're going to give something a name, given that their business is storytelling, if they're going to give something a name, it stands to reason that name means a thing.
You would think. One would think.
One would think. This is just, I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't be sure.
Yeah.
So you can imagine that when you hear the words "what if," it's a hypothetical. The stories involved in that are going to be hypothetical. For the most part. Again, hypothetical is only not real until it happens.
Mike said, you talked about crypto markets and suddenly Doge and Litecoin shoot up. Coincidence?
Illuminati confirmed, Mike. So that particular imprint has now been introduced to the MCU.
It has.
Which is amazing because it's one thing. It's the same scenario as when you find out that they were going to start doing a universe on screen. It's the same hype that I felt then.
Yeah.
Oh, these things that I love, they're going to be on the big screen and they're going to be connected and they're going to all be okay, bet. Because for a lot of the movies that happened before that happened, there are outliers, but for the vast majority, they kind of sucked.
Yeah, they did.
We may have loved them for what they were because they gave us something.
Right.
But the vast majority of them were on the lower end of quality.
Of the quality spectrum, right.
Yeah. So when we get this and we're promised that it's going to be good and it lives up to being good, it lives up to being high quality, they bring certain things right out of the comics and put them onto the big screen. Like, how can you do that? And they did it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
when you tell me
this nigga come in,
what you think?
Completely.
That's what I'm just
diatribe.
So when you tell me that you're going to do that with What If, because What If was the things that were a little too ridiculous to put in the main stories,
and always dark,
and
very dark.
You're going to tell me that, and then you're going to tell me that's coming to the screen. I can see that, and it has the added benefit of being animated, so it doesn't have the same limitations that the rest of the MCU has.
Right.
Oh, I'm in.
All in.
Absolutely. But here's the problem.
There's a problem?
Yeah. Unfortunately, some douchebags have found a way to make this a problem. Bruh.
Problem.
If you don't have to like anything.
No, you don't. It's not incumbent upon anybody.
No. And I'm a fan, but I'm not a fanboy that if you don't like something, I have an issue with you.
Right.
Like, no. It's the
only
time I have a slight issue with someone not liking something is if something I like gets canceled, because that means enough people didn't like it for it to stay.
Also, I don't like the misrepresentation of it. Like, don't misrepresent it, guy. Give me your valid reasons why you don't like it, but don't misrepresent it.
All the facts. So when you tell me, I don't like, I'm sorry, let me just read it. Let me just read it because it's here. I have it. I have the screenshot. The problem right now is the MCU completely pretending that the cosmic deities don't exist. Maybe they are wiped out in one universe, but all of them, the living tribunal for starters. When Thanos gained the universal regulator and essentially started doing what he saw and more, the tribunal of our reality was immediately dispatched to try and stop him. If we are going to play the multiverse game, then the MCU needs to also fall in line with the comics in this regard, or it's problematic. All right. The first problem with this statement is we're not going to use words like problematic when we're talking about fucking comic book adaptations. This is not a situation where we're not doing Devil in a Bottle. We're not doing any of these storylines that actually have problematic things in them. No, we're having a scenario where the artist didn't paint a shot for shot representation for your pleasure.
Benefit.
No, that's not problematic. That's you not liking something.
That's different.
They're two different things. Second of all, and I can't stress this enough, hypothetical. The entire imprint is based on these are things that have not happened. What if they happened? What would
at the very least have not happened in the main timeline?
Right. What would logically follow this change?
Right.
That is what it's about. Also, third, it's a little more specific for people to actually know the content. But there was a complaint about cosmic deities and blah 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 blah.
What was the concern?
There's precedent. I literally just read it, but I'll go ahead and say it again. The idea is that basically, it's part of the second screenshot as well. The last What If episode was stupid. You're right about the Celestials. Thanos can't be the most dangerous threat they've faced.
I'm over here.
Yeah, I know. So then there's the issue about Galactus, because a Galactus Easter egg was in the episode, and I don't want to. That's not a spoiler because that doesn't affect anything. I'm not going to spoil it. Something happens, and the thing that happens has this entity being extremely powerful.
Yes.
And in a way to express that and give a nod to the fans from the comics, they do a Galactus Easter egg where this entity is in the form of Galactus, doing Galactus type things, but on a higher level.
Right. Good description.
So the idea that Galactus can't be the most powerful, number one, that was not Galactus.
No, it wasn't.
Number two, again, this is what if. If anything, we've long held the position and expressed the position that these movies are not and should not be beholden to exactly what happens on the panel.
Yeah.
It's just not. It would not have been smart.
Y'all been talking about like 3 years ago. Like,
for years.
It's true, but it makes sense because it's like what you said. They're making these movies for like people who don't really know about these characters.
Right.
They're not really like engulfing them like that,
Yes, absolutely. So, chief among them, a story that's known for breaking the established canon. What do you know? It breaks the established canon. Huh. But you're complaining about it breaking the established canon as if you're being a poser.
Yeah. And that's the part of this, I think, that bothers me the most, because I don't got to tell anybody here, I've been reading comic books for a lot of years.
Right.
When I see stuff, I see people say stuff like Thanos couldn't have been the most dangerous threat. That tells me you never read the Infinity series.
Right.
Where he literally kicked the ass of every cosmic entity anywhere, with the exception of He Who Is Above All. All right. So it's like that tells me the level of readership you've had into this genre. But it becomes annoying to me when you make these affirmative statements like you're well read in this shit, and you're not.
I want to specify this affirmative statement. You said you've been reading comics for a long time. Cindy said at least a century.
At least.
Yeah. Fair.
I think I predate comics, but that's not the point.
Hey.
And Cindy, hush. So,
let me ask both of you guys this, because you both are like more in tune with that shit than I am. Where do you guys draw the line when it comes to that? As far as
okay. So I made a post about it because I purposely do not bring smoke to Tim's group.
Right.
I will not. Do not. The only time that's going to happen is somebody.
The day that you do.
Right. God, the only time it's going to happen is if somebody's getting attacked.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. That's the only time I'm going to be in there with smoke. So, I made my own post separate of the group, and JS responded. Basically, the way I feel about it is do whatever you want for several reasons. Chief among them, that now, particularly with Marvel, the people involved are the people that have been involved with the comics.
Yeah, for years.
It's not some new hot shot trying to do something they think.
Executive, right? Coming in here, change
so they know how to change the story to make it make sense.
It's
It's their story.
But I get it. But But it's not that they jump out the window with it, because.
But here's the thing, fuck windows.
Okay.
No windows, no elevators, no stairs.
It's there.
If Tim has this story about Malik, and 3 years down the line,
he
Tim changes the story of Malik. Guess what?
That's his choice.
It's his choice.
You gotta eat it.
It's his shit.
And then, but you know what thing is? You know what that shit remind me of? It reminds me of like when Tech Nine was like, "Yo, if y'all like my old shit, then just listen to my old shit and don't listen to my new shit." Like
that is a fact.
My bad. That was a.
But here's the thing. So here's my line. My line is, I don't care as long as it does not disgrace the character.
Yes.
Long term, by the way, because if a movie comes out and it's known to be a part of a series, at the end of that movie, that is not the time for your judgment as far as how the character is going to be treated.
Right.
You can judge the movie on its own as a movie, like Infinity War 1.
Right.
So like you can do that, but when you look at the arc, the total arc, if it hasn't disgraced the character,
right,
and if I get a good story, I don't care.
Don't care.
Okay, so also my next question: has there been any examples of that happening?
Jay gave an example of Elektra in the Elektra movie. I personally did like the Elektra movie better than I liked Daredevil.
Me too.
Me too. And I think what was it, Jennifer Garner? I think she did a decent job.
She did
in the role, but that character is different than Elektra in the comics.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Absolutely, she is.
No, listen. An example I gave was in real time in the comic books right now. They're breaking canon on who Thor's mother is. Now,
so it's not Freya no more?
Freya was never his mother in the comic books.
Oh, okay.
His
so I didn't
mother
know that.
in the comic books was the Earth goddess Gaia, right? That's why he's
Titans.
He's literally half elder god in the comics, right? In the comics currently, though, they have now thrown up this thing where it could be the Phoenix.
Right.
Phoenix is probably his mom. That's what they're saying now, right? Now, here's the thing that's crazy. In the MCU, they never mentioned Gaia.
Nope.
Right.
They never mentioned Phoenix because they haven't even introduced the X-Men yet. That whole concept thing.
Okay.
In the comic, in the movies, his mother's Freya. That's his mom. But longtime readers like me know that's not what it was in the comics.
Right.
And did you hear me go on some rampage on any of my social media pages about, hey, y'all, the MCU is going to fail. You know how I know? Because they changed Thor's mom, and it's not hugging the comic books nuts.
But you know why it's so guts, though? Because, like, not most people are comic book readers, so, like, they wouldn't know about that. So,
they
you know what I mean? So, like, why do...
And it typically doesn't matter.
It don't.
And
it don't.
Because overall, even in the comic books, that origin doesn't matter, except for it gave us a dope ass backstory with him fighting the Celestials.
A lot of these changes only matter for the event.
That's it. That's it. Because
they only matter for the event.
I can count on one hand the amount of times that mattered to the story of who his mom was.
Right.
You had one time when he was in hell and an aspect of her was in hell and he flew by and he was going to Freya, but he realized she's not in any pain. She's Earth. She's everywhere. So that's just what it was. There was another time when he realized, because Gaia is my mom's, I can control the Earth. I can create earthquakes. And he's done that very few times. It's not something that overall affects the character. So him being Freya's son, he still shoots thunder, the whole thunder and lightning thing, controls storms. That's the basic thing people know him for. It did not change anything.
I didn't even know that Thor could even start earthquakes and shit. Like I didn't know that until today. So
because it's not a defining characteristic.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it wouldn't have mattered to me if I'd known that.
Mike says,
beforehand,
and we know that Toom's favorite character is Thor. If someone had a reason to go off, it would be Toom, and yet I didn't because that doesn't. Me personally, and SBJ has said the same thing. I don't want a word for word, panel for panel, page for page, reproduction of the comic book in the movies.
Yeah, because
I already read that story.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Give me some Easter. The Easter eggs are for us geeks.
Yes,
the ones we see it and go. And this is the other thing.
Wait, before you do that, just to back up that point.
Yes.
When I saw the episode and I saw the scene with he who shall not be named as Galactus, I sent to him a message.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes.
Why? Because it's an Easter egg. It's for us. I saw it and I sent it to him like, yo, this is amazing.
But isn't that crazy? Like the people that are contesting this shit and all that, like, and are they noticing the Easter egg too? And like,
they're not treating it as an Easter egg.
They're not treating it as an Easter egg. They're feeling slighted by the Easter eggs because they're saying, "Oh, if y'all did that, y'all might as well gave us this."
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't even notice them because, like, I'm not as deep into comics as you guys are.
A
you know
vast majority of the people, when they saw that scene, the name Galactus did not even come to mind.
No, because they don't read the stuff. And this is the thing. The thing that kills me about a lot of this is that why be a gatekeeper when you can be somebody that stands at the gate welcoming people in? There is a way to utilize. Hold up, there is a way to utilize your deeper knowledge of the comic books that's welcoming to new people. So, for instance, if somebody comes into this through the movies or the TV show. You see the difference. You know already the differences between what they presented there and what you read in the comic book. So why not just have a conversation to help people with context? Oh, did you know in the comic book it's like that? And then people go, that's interesting. You know, I would like to read that. You're bringing people into it instead of doing this finger wagging bullshit about the end of the world is nigh. The Marvel universe is going to fail after they made billions of
fucking
billions upon billions.
You know what buzzed me out the most? Like, how the fuck you gonna be a gatekeeper or some shit that you don't fucking own?
Right.
Well, here's the thing. It's like this. So, if perfect example, adequate.
Oh God, here we go.
You got a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
you got a camera. A camera. Camera. You do videos. You do YouTube.
Here and there, you know.
The YouTube.
Yeah, you stream.
I dabble.
You stream. You're live streaming with it right now.
Mm-hmm.
When you got that camera, you stuck your toe into photography.
Mm-hmm.
How's the weather in here? Okay. All right. Cool. Right.
Yeah.
You did not dive into hours upon hours of video like Tim and I did.
Right. Facts.
Why is that? Because it's not something that you were going to be doing. I say that to say, if I come across someone that is watching these shows, these movies, and I have the knowledge of the comics.
Right.
They're not going to dive into hours upon hours because that's not what they're here for.
No.
They don't care. They might have a fleeting interest in it. Oh, where did this come from? Oh, who's that? Oh, how did this happen? Oh, why is this like this?
Right.
They don't need to know all the minute differences. They don't need to
know. It doesn't matter.
They don't need to know.
They only need to know that if they're interested.
Right.
That's not
They don't need to know the parallels between Null and the Dark Elves.
Facts.
They don't need to know that.
Facts.
It's not relevant information for them.
Especially
it's something that's going in one ear out the other.
Story. They don't need that to enjoy the story.
Especially if it's not in the movies though. Like, are those things in the movies too? Like, if it's not, then
that's what I'm saying.
Easter eggs are for the guys like
NSBJ
who've been reading comic books for a long time. We exist as much in those universes as we exist in our universe. It's for us. So we enjoy the minute details, the power scaling, who did this, who said that, what incident took place to create. We enjoy that. And here's the thing.
If anything, it's a head nod to y'all.
Right. That's what all it is.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The MCU has its own lore. So a person that got into this through the MCU, the cinematic universe, it's been around long enough now where they have the same thing. Just on that angle, they have the same minute details. Listen, last week,
situations exist for them to be an expert on this without ever touching a comic book.
Yeah. Yo, last week, me and Napalm and my nephew was on Instagram talking shit. We was talking shit to each other in the video, right? We were using things from the MCU that you had to have watched the MCU to know. You had to get the reference and for it to be funny to you. This is the equivalent of what happens for comic book geeks like us who have read all of these stories for all these years, and we know certain phrases, certain things that only we would laugh at because we all read these stories. The average person did not read.
Pop out here and say snicked.
We know what snicked is.
Look how I didn't react.
Right.
I have no idea.
Right.
Facts. It bothers my soul so much.
It does. It does.
So it's pretty much like the fans that are like hardcore, I guess, snobby and what's the word?
The word I used is snobby. Yeah, that's the word.
But not only snobby, but there's an elitist when it comes to comic books.
It's elitist.
Those are the ones that are
Cindy says Banff.
You know, when you see Banff and you read comic books, you know what that means.
I have no idea. I thought he said Bampt, and that means going to jail.
Yeah, but you thought she meant BAMF, badass motherfucker. No, that's not
nice.
What she was talking about.
That's not that either.
No, dude.
Oh, God.
Listen, these things for us comic book fans. Cindy even says this is what I do to my husband because he isn't a comic reader. These things we appreciate. So when those of us that actually want more people to know about these characters and love these characters like we do, we're overjoyed that more people are getting to. We had these conversations with these people, and it's fun, right? It's fun.
Yo, every time my little cousins tag me,
Manabees, exactly.
Every time my little cousins tag me on Facebook, asking me about something about that it lights. I light up every single time.
Yeah, because I literally get to be Batman in the Metatron chair. You know what I'm saying? I literally get to be Batman. Like
that same shit happens in the game community. Like the same thing. They be like, oh well, the character was in this and this and that. Da, da, da. Like with The Witcher and shit. Like they be having like mad things about that, and I'm like, because they made the not the movie but the series for it. They're like, oh, it wasn't exactly the same. I'm like, but this is somebody else's story though. Like
anytime that something exists in more than one medium,
right,
there are going to be those fans that don't understand that logistically, forget creatively,
right?
Logistically,
it's not for you.
Everything can't translate.
Yeah,
everything cannot translate.
It's not how that works. And it's crazy how they understand it for some medium, but not others.
It depends on how close. Yeah, who cares?
Right,
what they care about the most.
Like if you translate a comic book to a video game, there are so many things that you could not possibly do.
Right. Yeah, that's a lot.
And it tends to fall by the wayside because I guess maybe because of the interactivity that is involved in it.
And they seem to have they seem to have a understanding of that. Like like the comic, the game Marvel's Avengers, using that as an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
The things that they have Thor and they're doing.
Yeah,
it's not a 1-to-1, but it's close enough. But it's not a 1-to-1 of the shit he does in the comics because they can't. They can't. The other characters easier to do because they're based still.
Their power is right
that a human would have.
And
him
just
being
some
a god,
characters are more creative, or created more than others. You know what I'm saying? Like. You know what I mean? Like,
and there's certain things a game, the platform itself is just not going to be able to can't do it. Yeah. Right. And or it serves no purpose for the way the game is set up. Like, does it really serve a purpose if they put in the game the very few times I've literally seen Thor like control people's souls,
right?
Like literally have communication with their souls and shit like that.
Not for that game. Like it was just
right. There's no
doesn't work.
That
but if it's
be,
just
there's no purpose for the being there.
For that.
Realistically, Minions. You think Minions are gonna stop Thor?
No.
Minions.
Come on. The other
Hulk.
guys
or
Hulk, henchmen, youth. Come on now.
Oh my
but they
bad.
understand
said
that for a video
those
game.
little yellow dudes.
No,
fool.
So
dumb.
No.
Sorry.
So dumb.
But they accept that because of the convention. Yeah. Well, okay. Same thing with paper to big screen live action.
Yes.
It's not. They're going, like I said, animation is a little bit easier.
Yes.
But
yes,
there are things that do not translate. It's just how that works.
Even when they turn books into movies, there's a lot of things
that's what I'm saying. Anything paperback, paperback to moving video.
Yeah.
You just you can't put there are things that don't translate.
And also it's the time constraints on a lot of shit.
Right.
Yeah, because you know how long it takes to read a book? Most books take like,
it's
like
a
2-3 weeks to read because you have a lot of shit to do anyway. Unless you have nothing else to do but to read. But
real shit.
And depending on how fast you can read. But I'm just saying,
for sure.
No, you're right. You're right. Just like it's the difference between the original Star Wars movie and the book. I read the book after I saw the movie. The book is like that fucking thick.
Yeah, they ain't gonna put,
it's a lot of
everything
shit
in there though.
Right.
Like there's a certain freedom that you have when you don't have to show.
Right.
It's just like real life. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but when it's time to show it, there are limitations that you got to do.
Exactly. And they're playing. They know that the vast play field of the human imagination is so big that they can read things and picture it for themselves. They'll picture a lot of that shit for themselves in your head. Because the moment one of the main reasons that back when I was really heavily into reading all this fiction is because it paints pictures in your head.
Yeah.
While you're reading it, you see all of this shit happening in your head. Right.
Yeah.
And that doesn't require the money that special effects cost to do any of that. You know what I'm saying?
All things.
When you said that to me, I was thinking about when I read Harry Potter, the first one, and then I saw the movies. Like, there was a lot of shit that was in the book that's not in the movie, but I still enjoyed the movie.
You still enjoyed it. You had to enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, it is. It was good. They did it well. You know what I mean? There was little things like Easter eggs in it too and all that shit. But I just don't get why people just be upset like they can't they didn't put everything in there. It's like, that's like the source material for Marvel is huge.
The source material breaks canon frequently.
Yeah.
Frequently.
Yeah.
So the idea that if they only stick by the comics, no canon will be broken.
There will be like fucking hundreds of movies. You know what I mean? And then they won't make no money. You know what I mean? Like
it's dumb.
I get it. Like
so for the record, just so motherfuckers know. Don't be that guy that's running around here talking about how MCU is, or any of them that come out with a universe is failing after they done made billions of fucking dollars, after the key phrases in their lore has become pop culture relevant. In the coming out of the mouths of people that never read a comic book, how people are still anticipating, how they're still trending. They was gone for a while because of the whole COVID thing. WandaVision came back. Yep. We all over here.
Yep.
It was Agatha all along. You can't be making that argument and be taken seriously.
You can't discount that. It's a real thing. It's a tangible thing that we all see happening.
They're winning. And some of you that have been running around here for years looking like Chicken Little talking about the sky's falling with these signs, the end is near for the MCU. Y'all look dumb as shit now.
Hashtag MCU over.
MCU's over. Y'all look dumb.
They be like talking mad shit about the MCU and then like they bring up like shit like, oh, why doesn't Godzilla get the more press and other? I'm like,
I saw somebody that
Godzilla movies don't be hitting. I mean, I don't know because I haven't seen them, but apparently they don't be hitting like that.
Well, maybe if y'all gave the energy that y'all gave to him
to watch
it. Right.
I literally told somebody who said that shit the exact same thing.
You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
I remember that thread.
Yeah.
I told him the exact same thing. I was like, yo, the time you're spending over here hating on the MCU, you could be promoting Godzilla, the shit that you like.
Yep.
Like, I don't have time to worry about the shit that I don't like. Because I'm too busy watching and listening to the shit I do like.
Right.
What time for that? Somebody come and tell me it. Have you ever heard of this guy? No. Because I'm listening to shit I like.
Why you don't listen? Do I have to?
Yeah, like I mean, you rock with them? Yes. Oh,
all right, cool.
Then
have fun,
my nigga. Like,
yeah, have fun.
Sure.
All right, one update. The Kelly Price thing. She's officially spoken out. It was a whole thing where fans went to her house. Somebody said she was okay because of the who was it? The lawyer and somebody else said she was okay, and the fans were like, "Yeah." Last week on the show when we talked about it, then her sister came out talking about. Basically, I was right. That's really why I want to.
That's really why
That's really why I'm doing this update because I was right. It's exactly what I said. Her sister came out and was like, "Well, I haven't heard from her." Blah 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 blah. So fans, because that's how fans do. Understandably, as crazy as it may be, it is understandable. It makes sense. This is a person that actually knows her. You feel like is in her life and would have an idea. So you're going to listen to her. You're going to lean towards her. She says, "Oh, I haven't heard from my sister." Blah 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 blah. So fans are like, "Yeah, we're not accepting that she's okay until we hear from her."
Right. So
the brat comes out and basically says, "Yo, this is my friend. She's fine.
Right.
She does not owe y'all what up? She does not owe any of you an explanation. That is not how this works.
It's her life.
She's fine." And Kelly Price finally came out and she's like, "Yo, me and my sister don't talk." So it is exactly what I said. Yeah. It was a situation where the family had a falling out and the boyfriend was doing what he was instructed to do, not giving them access to her.
Damn right.
So yeah, that she's apparently she died on the table, and they brought her back.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right. So here's the thing: when you add that tidbit, she had COVID or something, right? Or something?
Yeah, she had COVID.
She had COVID.
She had COVID.
When you add that little tidbit, that's crazy.
It is really crazy.
And her sister, mind you, got it wrong. And don't even talk. They don't even talk like that.
Right.
But
she said we might go a year between conversations.
Yo, anytime you people, this is one thing people need to understand too. I know a lot of you get off on trying to talk shit to fans who have concern for their favorite artists. That's because you lack emotional IQ.
Yeah.
That's all that is. They're not weird. They're not weird. You're weird because humans absolutely can become attached to other people via their content.
Absolutely.
If they consume a lot of it, they're not weird. No. You're weird. Sometimes people go overboard. Absolutely.
Sure. Absolutely. But nobody should have been showing up to her house.
Nobody should have been showing up to her house.
That was out of line.
That's crazy talk.
Right.
But it reminds me of a line from one of LL Cool J's old songs. Not the whole line, just the part at the end. But you got to do the whole line to get to the end. They tell me not to drink and drive. I say, what is this? Pass the Heineken and mind your business.
Yo, you know what that shit remind me of though, fam? What y'all talking about right now? What we talking about right now? When y'all was talking about when Kobe passed and shit, and people were like, "Oh, now everybody cares," and this and that, but like saying crazy shit. It's like, yo, emotional intelligence. Like, yes, we were connected with. Like, I've known about Kobe since I was in my fucking early teens. You know,
here are the issues with that. Number one, you do not have access to my every waking move. You have no idea what I talk about in real life off of this internet. You have no idea everything that I've even said on this internet because of how the algorithm works. Unless you're stalking me, which is cool. You know, be a fan.
No,
most of you only know me, SBJ, and Adequate via Al Gore's internet. That's it.
Right. So on top of that. You don't talk to all your family every day.
You don't.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. There's no way. It is logistically impossible.
I literally live with family members that I don't talk to every day.
It's the thing. I was living with family members and not talking to them every day, and it wasn't. It just happens.
Logistically,
it's just be like that. Logistically, it's just not really. So this idea. Oh, now y'all want to show? Shut the fuck up. That's
I
not
hate
how
when
that
they do
works. That's not how that
Him
works.
Again,
How about
they're
maybe
did
this
the
person
same-
wasn't doing
You're
anything.
weird.
Right.
They did-
Maybe
they
this
did the
person
same-
wasn't doing anything to be top of mind for me.
Yo, this is the same thing when DMX died. They was like, "Oh, now all y'all care about X." I'm like, first off, like I know you can't be talking about me. Like I literally cried when I found out he passed. I've
Thanks.
been fucking with X. You know what I mean? He's
Thanks.
the reason why I wanted
But
to
you
start
shouldn't
rapping.
have
Like, I
to
don't.
say that. You
No, I'm just
shouldn't
saying,
have-
but
you
it's
shouldn't
I
have to
shouldn't,
say-
but it's a thing though. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yo,
tired
you
of people
shouldn't have to say
because I
that.
don't post his songs all the fucking time. Like,
Right.
fuck out of here.
People,
No, I'm
people are
realistic,
dumb.
that is.
People are dumb.
They are. I hate them
You would be called a whole different thing if you were doing
every
doing
single
it all the
day.
time.
Yeah,
Right.
they'd be like, "Oh, you a
Right.
dick rider and all that."
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
So it's like,
Right.
nah, get the fuck out of here.
Fuck outta here,
Like,
yo.
like Tim says, you lack emotional intelligence. That's really what it is.
lack emotional intelligence. They're not weird. You're weird.
Yeah.
You're the outlier.
Yeah.
They doing what humans do. They get connected in some
Mhm.
way, shape, or form. It's the same. A classic example. You go to the park every day. And when you do, you happen to see this guy that's playing chess by the such. You don't play, but one day you were sitting there, struck up a conversation. You don't see this guy every day. Some days he's not there.
Right.
You go a couple of times, he ain't there. Somebody, a mutual friend, tells you he passed away.
You gonna
Right.
feel
You
some
don't-
type of way.
It's
you
going
don't
to be
know-
a feeling.
You don't know that man's family. You don't know nothing about his life or none of that stuff other than what he chose to share when y'all had those conversations. But you don't have no other connection to him other than that experience, those experiences you had at the park.
Right.
You're going to feel away. Anybody coming up to you
That's
saying,
normal.
Unless you're a sociopath.
no, but you didn't really know that person. So why do
Sure.
you feel that way? That person that feels that way is not weird. You're weird.
No.
Yeah.
You're weird.
It's true.
It's
Absolutely.
you.
It's true.
Speaking
It's,
of weird,
it's true.
has either of the two of you heard of soaking?
Yes, I have.
Soaking.
And it is so absurd.
Like an emotion,
No, soaking. Not
nigga.
salting.
like your feet.
No,
nigga.
No, not your feet.
Soaking. No,
Not your feet.
Not
Not
your
your
feet.
feet.
It is a lengthy part of you, but not your foot.
Wow. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it depends on you. But
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true.
But what is it? What is it though? What is it?
So soaking is the practice, apparently made popular by Mormons.
Nice.
It's the idea of a man.
man, to be
No,
hilarious.
not sulking.
Yeah, I just
idea
asked that. Yeah.
Of a man placing his
genitalia.
phallus
That's a good word.
into her vagina
Oh, but not like going in and out, just sitting
and
in it.
sitting there.
Oh, no, that's out.
Now,
As you
now, on top of that, they implement what is called a jump humper.
Yes.
Yeah, what the
So
fuck are we talking about
what
right
happens now? So what happens now is you get a friend
now? Mm-hmm.
to come and jump on the bed.
Yo.
So
Fam.
you're not moving.
Yeah, but
They're
yeah,
moving
so
you
like
and you-
technically you're not having sex.
Let me just
Nah, that's so
Let me
much
just
work,
say.
fam.
say. Let me just say.
Fuck out
There
of
is
here.
there is so much.
Yo, I would
weird
rather be a
about
heathen
that.
till I die than even attempt to do that shit.
Yo,
Bruh.
Fuck
it's
that.
it's the
Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can try that. Just
nah,
like
no.
Yo, I had a friend make a joke about that.
I listen. I am not friendly enough with none of you niggas. No,
oh, so Tom, I can't like jump on your bed while you soaking.
No, we're not.
no,
doing that.
nigga.
Wow, I thought we
You
was
can't
friends.
even
I thought we was
Yo,
fam.
you
Like
can't even be in the
No.
same state.
No, you stupid.
Like I put on a blindfold and all that. B, like, what's up?
Matter of fact,
got
I'm
you.
peti-
No,
I
no,
am
you might fall off the
petitioning.
bed.
I am petitioning the TVA to remove you from this reality.
Stupid.
with-
Yo,
No.
no,
No,
getting pruned, my guy.
Damn.
getting prime,
Yo,
getting up out of here.
listen. Ain't,
I thought we was
listen,
fam. That's what's
Ain't
up.
no way. My homegirl made a joke about that. she was like, "All right, let's do it." I'm like, "Wait, no."
Yo,
no.
listen, we not gonna make it, are we?
Wait, yeah.
I know.
Hold on.
We fought for a while. We
Hold
not
up.
gonna make it.
So y'all wouldn't jump on the bed for me?
nigga.
Yo,
wanna be
listen.
within
Hold on. Wait.
100 yards of your home.
Tim. There's a joke that I often tell when we speak that I refrained so far from saying.
Jason said he can't unhear.
that I've refrained so far from saying while we're live that you are practically begging me to say. So can we not do this? And I think you know which one I'm talking about.
Oh, you talking to someone?
No, I'm talking to you, nigga.
No, you ain't talking to me.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't. We'll talk about it off air because you know, like
it's the one where you keep asking me why I said it that way.
Nigga, I don't like you. I don't understand why you think I will remember though. Like,
okay.
Look, all I'm telling you is that shit is dumb, super dumb. Like, with a cape on, standing on a rooftop, looking at the moon, talking about the city needs me. Dumb,
bro. It just sounds like so much work, though. Like, what the fuck?
For what reason, though? Like, what are you? I mean, I get. I don't.
I don't get it either.
I was about
trying to be celibate and all that.
I was about to say I get the rationale, but come on stage made a.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
He's like, yo, just give me the sin.
Like just
tally the sin on. Like, yo, put it on my tab. Put it on my tab.
Yo, I do more good than bad. So if that's something bad, like I'll eat that. But nigga, like fuck
my nigga, like I just want to got one question. Like, what are you doing? Listen. I know for a little while. You know, I was part of the activist atheist community for a while, and it was always this thing about humanism and how, you know, humans, we have this intrinsic thing where we're going to progress forward. No, we're not.
Hey, but not to be.
We're not.
But no cap though. That has to be like one of the most humanistic things that you could do for another person. The person that's jumping on the bed.
Listen.
That's mad.
He has a point. No, he has a point.
Like,
no,
because I would have do it for y'all.
Yo,
like,
this is not.
That's not. No, I'm not letting that go. By the way, he has a cap on when he said that.
All right. Okay. All right. Moving on.
Gross.
R. Kelly is found guilty of all counts.
Oh yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Bye.
And faces life in prison. Mr. Kelly's conviction marked a stunning fall for a man who was once one of the biggest names in R&B music. It came after the first Me Too era trial in which most of the victims were Black women. The conviction of R. Kelly on all 9 counts against him came as a significant moment in the Me Too movement for both Black women and for the music industry, ushering in a sense that finally justice had been served. But the verdict on Monday also prompted an obvious question. Women have said that the singer's abuses began as early as the start of the 1990s. Why did it take 3 decades for the singer to receive criminal punishment? Here are a few possible answers. The entertainer had an expansive network of enablers around him. Federal prosecutors said, from his closest confidants and employees to make the music industry who knew of the concerns about his behavior but did not intervene. The government, that's a fact. The government drew, fuck him, Cindy. I'm not even going to say his name right now because
but he did.
The government. I saw that shit. The only reason I didn't put it on.
But he would though. He would.
Yes. The only reason I didn't put it on the docket because I didn't feel like saying his name after that shit, and because we have the actual good news of the story. The government drew attention to what has been described as the settlement factory that kept his accusers quiet, offering evidence of Mr. Kelly's payments to women who made accusations in exchange for their silence. And when that was not enough, Mr. Kelly used his henchmen to lodge threats and exact revenge, blackmailing women with nude photographs of themselves or embarrassing information, one prosecutor, Elizabeth Geddes, said in closing arguments. Federal prosecutors also accused Mr. Kelly of paying witnesses to not cooperate with the authorities in the lead up to his 2008 trial and acquittal. They said the singer let some witnesses know they could be subject to physical harm if they proceeded. There are some cultural factors that may have helped Mr. Kelly avoid consequences for his behavior as well. Legal experts and people who study sexual abuse have also suggested that the race of most of Mr. Kelly's accusers likely played a role. Experts say Black women have historically been far more likely than white women to have their accusations about sexual misconduct distrusted or ignored. Our reality is that our society just does not view Black women and girls as credible, says Kenyatta Bonds, a co-founder of the hashtag Mute R. Kelly campaign. We assume that a 15-year-old Black girls have the cognitive ability to manipulate a grown man. And some superstars have admitted that the race of the accusers shaped their perceptions in Mr. Kelly's case. I didn't value the accusers' stories because they were Black women, Chance the Rapper, who is from the singer's hometown, Chicago, said during the Surviving R. Kelly documentary series. Some of R. Kelly's steadfast supporters continue to believe he is the victim of a larger racist conspiracy to keep successful Black men from thriving. And that view was once more widespread in Black communities before his trial, experts note. As a former television critic at the New York Times, Aisha Harris said two cultural touchstones, Chappelle's Show and The Boondocks, also helped shape the perception of the accusations against R. Kelly through humor, keeping audience amused instead of troubled. The cultural climate has also changed dramatically since the allegations against Mr. Kelly first began to surface. After the singer pled not guilty to the charges that led to his 2008 trial, he performed alongside children at the church in Chicago the same day. He was embraced by the congregation. R. Kelly is set to be sentenced at 10 a.m. on May 4th by the same federal judge who oversaw his racketeering and sex trafficking trial in Brooklyn. Mr. Kelly, 54, faces 10 years to life in prison. The intervening months will be busy. In the next few weeks, Mr. Kelly's lawyers can file motions seeking to overturn the verdict. Mr. Kelly also faces charges in at least 2 other states, including federal child pornography and obstruction counts in Chicago. That trial has been postponed several times, and a new date has not been set. A court conference in that case has been set for October 20th. Mr. Kelly's lawyer said he didn't know if that trial would go forward before the sentencing or if Mr. Kelly would be moved to Chicago from the Brooklyn detention facility where he has been held for the duration of the New York trial, but the Chicago case will proceed. And it is likely that Mr. Kelly will eventually be moved there to face those charges. At the Brooklyn sentencing, Judge Ann M. Donnelly will be able to consider victim impact statements and testimony from Mr. Kelly's accusers, some of which will be filed with the court ahead of time.
Don DeMarco.
Yo, I absolutely wish and hope that he faces all female judges.
Yes.
Throw a Black one in there for good measure.
Yes.
Because
the first time that I celebrate Cinco de Mayo, since he's going to be like,
yo, that's funny. Fuego flame.
Oh, baby.
Listen. All y'all that ran around defending him, I just want you to know, I'm looking at you. Because as much as we'll sit here and
I'm looking at you, but I don't see you.
Yeah, facts. Right. But it's crazy because the much as we'll talk about, because I've seen people who was defending him, they defended him in a way that don't make them look good. Because what they did was they said, well, what about the people around him that was helping him? Now, if you was coming at that with good faith, I absolutely agree with you. But because I heard you defending him, you're one of the people. You're one of the people who helped spread narratives around that he wasn't doing that. So you're one of the people that allowed him to hide all these years because public opinion did not demand that something really be looked at and really investigated with him, right? So I hear you trying to deflect from all the stuff that was exposed in this court, this trial. I hear that. However, moving the goalposts to then include the people that supported him and helped him do that would also include you.
Yeah. And
you help too.
Let me ask you guys a question, because I know somebody like they do definitely agree that R. Kelly is guilty and all that. But one thing that they said to me that a lot of people that are defending R. Kelly that they say is, but the parents are wrong also. Do you guys feel Do you guys feel like that is a good point? I mean,
if you're so let's say Jay-Z, right? Mm-hmm. Jay-Z in failing it, he says, I'm doing $140 in the rain hydroplaning. If he hit someone and took their life, is it because he was speeding or is it because it was raining?
I would say both.
Right.
Yeah.
Because both things can be true.
Okay.
The parents can also be but my issue with them is they're not arguing that in good faith.
Right.
Maybe that particular person, yes.
Yeah, but the person, they definitely R. Kelly is wrong.
But I have seen
things, so it's like when I hear it from somebody that actually agrees that R. Kelly is totally in the wrong, and then they bring that up, I just
when somebody who already knows that R. Kelly is in the wrong and has admitted as much and can't stand the shit he did, when they say that, they're asking for more people to be punished. Okay. I agree with that. What I don't like is the people who've been fighting against this whole R. Kelly thing from the start and then want to bring that shit up.
Yeah.
But also, and I get this ties into something I want to do with this article. But first, I must respond to this. There is a thing where, sure, maybe some of the parents have some culpability, but let's not act as if people won't do something that they think is going to improve their child's life.
Right. Because they probably thought it was going to get a record.
So there are, I cannot completely shut down the idea that no, we didn't think about any of that.
We didn't think it was going to do that.
But that's my thing. That's why I don't like that response.
We wanted him to help with the career. He's a superstar. He's a megastar. He's written for this person and that person. Like that. So with that, I will say, because I like to, particularly on this show, take every chance that I can to be critical of things that I like.
Word.
They mentioned the Boondocks and the Chappelle Show. To defend them first, not necessarily Chappelle Show because I'm not as familiar because I didn't watch that in real time.
We definitely have to defend the Boondocks though.
No. I mean, again, let me get to it.
Okay.
Like I said, less with the Chappelle Show because I didn't watch that in real time, so I don't know exactly the ins and outs. I never watched that whole skit.
Right.
I've only seen the clips. So, but with Boondocks in particular, the idea was not to make it acceptable. That was never the idea. However, I do have to hold both parties accountable because your intentions don't matter.
Yeah, impact.
Here's what happens. Just like the CDC. If you come out and you do or say a thing, it is irresponsible for you to not take into account that we are dumbasses.
Right.
Yeah.
If the CDC comes out and say, hey, all right, if you vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. You don't think that that's going to lead people that are not vaccinated to not wear a mask? You don't think that's going to lead people that are not vaccinated to lie about their vaccination status so they cannot wear masks? Again, Aaron Magruder is he's well-meaning.
Yeah.
But if you ever watch anything about Aaron Magruder or listen to him talk, he kind of has that snobbiness, that elitist thing with him. So I fully believe that, and I watched it, and this is how I received it. I fully believe that he was doing nothing. This
was definitely a critique.
It was absolutely a critique. It was a critique. However, he should have known this because he did it with Riley. Riley is the stand-in.
That's what I was going to say.
Riley is the stand-in for the person that we're talking about now.
Right.
Yeah.
Person that's going to watch that and take from it. Yeah, R. Kelly shouldn't. No. Yes, you did what you did. Highbrow entertainment, blah blah. This the people who don't understand. It's not for them. All that good shit. Yeah. All that good shit. Talk that artist shit. However, we live in a reality, and reality dictates that there is a way that people are going to take this.
Yeah,
My-
like
so
Riley
my
did.
this is my
Because
question
there's more
about
Rileys
that.
than Hueys out there.
This is my question about that though.
Right.
So yes, you have to know dumbasses are going to take it and run with it. I gotta say, I don't know what he could have did different to prevent that.
No, here's the thing.
I think he did it right at the like when Huey said what he said at the end of that shit.
No, I think
No,
he
I think-
handled
I think-
it
I think he
the
handled
way
it.
that. Yeah, I think he handled it well.
Yeah.
It's just that.
All right, Ken. Appreciate you being on the
Like
stream.
for instance, the what's the name? The CDC. Given what their role is, they handled it the way they should have.
Yeah.
It's just that there was no other thing to be able to balance out the reality of the situation.
We don't live in that on that timeline. We
No.
live in a reality where there's give and take. There's a upside and a downside. So that's the reason why I would say maybe we need a different word than blame when it comes to that, because we cannot operate off of the dumbest person theory,
Right?
Where everything we say has to be
It's not
catered
realistic.
to the dumbest motherfucker in the room. We can't do that
Especially
because
if you already did your part to be like, yo, this is what we're supposed to do. You know, like be smart enough to do it. You know what I mean?
like Man of Beach brings up a point here. He says, bro, it's almost like the same thing as those skeezy photography dudes who want to hook up young, impressionable girls with a modeling career, and it's really a bait and switch. We
That
know
shit was
that
popular
happens
as
in the
hell in
industry.
the 90s.
It happens in the music industry.
Yeah,
that shit fucking happens, and the parents could very well be like, yo, the guy could have a good pitch. His pitch could be the shit. He goes to them and he says, your little girl is amazing. She has the look that the industry is looking for. Now, added context, the parents struggle with bills. They try to keep a roof over people's heads. And this person tells them that their child has a chance to go out there and escape the life that they have to be something else. And the guy seems forthright. This, that, and other. Maybe he's even did the long con where he's got paperwork, he's got all this other shit, and then the parents go,
add on top of that the natural receipts that come with being the superstar Robert Sylvester Kelly.
That part though, that part.
Facts.
There are natural receipts that just exist. They just be out there.
Yeah,
facts. Just facts.
Because the thing is, we know who he is. We've been known, so it's like there's nothing to think that
motherfuckers knew.
We wouldn't think that he would be on that type of time until we finally found out, and we like, oh shit, you know? Oh wow.
Yeah. My thing is, I can almost understand the very human response of resistance to hearing about something that somebody that you like did something trash. Like for instance, couldn't nobody come to me and tell me some bullshit about Addy, SPJ, Napalm, Cindy. Nah, I need some evidence. I need some shit to back that up. You're not gonna come to me and say these people did whatever you're saying they did. Nah, B. I know these folks.
Right.
The difference is though,
Mr. Kelly got receipts.
I know these people personally.
Right.
All right. You don't know that very wealthy, very connected, very ego-driven artists personally. But even with that, I'll give you the first resistance to it. But then all this shit starts coming out.
No.
But hold on, can I just remind people about this? Like that shit was like DVDs of porn, like literally sold at Arab stores and all that shit. Like, come on, fam. Like
getting that Arab money. Like,
you know, like
okay.
Yeah,
right.
yo, for real though, like fam.
Like I mean, it's one of these things where it's like, and then on top of that, the people that was willing to die on that hill all the way up to now. And I'm looking at you like, yo, this the hill you're gonna die on? For him?
Jump. Hey, jump.
Please jump.
Jump now.
Like the fact that you went this hard, you cannot then be upset with me when I start to say, now I'm looking at you. What was you really trying to protect over there, soldier? What was it? What were you really trying to protect the man that wrote I Believe I Can Fly? Or were you protecting a narrative that protects you?
Your body saying no. No, what is my mind saying no? My body saying yeah. Like yeah.
I'm looking. I'm really looking. Like Napalm says, but wouldn't go that hard for people they actually know. Right. Like I'm looking at you. Like because this ain't just. Listen, this ain't about his songs that you think slap at this point.
Yeah, like
you went too long.
Shit, nigga,
you went too long, and then when this mountain of evidence, like what did we say when the trial shit happens? That thing they have in trial called discovery. When that shit come out, y'all gonna look crazy as fuck. Y'all gonna look crazy as fuck.
Sick. They gonna get low too.
And they did. A lot of them got low.
Yeah, they got low.
Right?
A lot of them
got low. And this is why, like I said, man, this goes further than this. It's something. I'm sorry, I have to see it this way. There's no other way for me to take it. You went too hard in the paint, and now I'm looking at you like, what are you really protecting?
Yeah.
Right, soldier. What are you really protecting? Are you protecting him, or are you protecting the narrative that you think has protected you for all this time?
Right.
Let's keep it clear though. That narrative has been protecting niggas for years though.
For years. So let's undermine the girls making the accusations as much as we can.
Exactly.
Because if we make it a thing where people actually listen to them and take what they say seriously, the people that I did stuff to might come out and say shit. And now the narrative is off. See, right now I can say, you know how these women do, these fast-ass little girls. Let's keep that narrative going, because the moment it's not a protective force field against my past behavior or probably current behavior, these people will feel more comfortable coming out telling people, hey, yo, this man did this to me. And now the narrative can't protect you, because you allowed it in your mind to fizzle out by believing these girls. So let's talk shit about all these girls. Let's bring up their motivations, the possibly why they doing it. Let's talk about how the fact that they were broke, this man got money. Let's talk about the fact that he was famous and these other women that was throwing their panties up on the damn stage. So, and let's conflate those grown women doing that to this kid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Let's put that together, because it protects who?
Well, hopefully this is an example where the narrative will change when it comes to things like this from here on out. But I don't think we're there yet, though. Like, for real, I think we still have a long fucking way to go.
Manna say that's some shit right there. RK Defenders might have their own. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying. Y'all went too hard, B. You went too hard
for years, though.
For
years, for over a decade, B.
There are people that were not alive then that are alive
now.
I'm
like, yo,
that like y'all went hard in the paint for years.
Fuck. I'm like, yo, like niggas, like I've seen the videos and all that. I'm like, yo, that was him. Come on, dog. Like,
no. By all means, keep telling us about fast ass girls.
Right?
Can we say these are children?
Right.
And as a child, you think as a child. They don't have the cognitive abilities. They're going through a developmental stage.
So you're telling me that when your hormones start jumping like a disco,
right?
Shout out to Missy.
Nice.
And your reasoning, your logical brain has not fully developed yet. You're telling me that seeing somebody who consistently talks about sex, has money. So there's excess, and your parents, who among you, and they're outliers, sure, didn't wish in your pubescent years that your parents would allow you to go hang out with this boy, or allow you to go hang out with that girl, without asking you questions.
But
let's cut it out. It's not.
Let's stop it. Napalm says, but you don't hold this grown ass man liable. See, this my issue with a lot of these people, right, is they make adults look bad. I'm because this is where y'all fuck up the narrative for the rest of us adults, right? Because the whole shtick is supposed to be as an adult, we know better. We have more experience about certain things.
That's
and
what's
our
supposed to
cognitive fun. That's what's supposed to happen. Also, that we are to protect the children. So when I tell my kid,
I'm supposed to believe the children are the future.
Right.
To teach them well and let them lead the way.
But listen, when I tell my kid not to do something, it's because I fear for the outcome. That's a bad decision. You shouldn't do it. And then they're supposed to be like, typically the narrative that protects us parents and us adults is that, well, that is my parent and blah, blah, blah. They know. But then I see you adults, some of you with children,
that's
out here doing this shit and defending this man.
Yo, I mean, like, yo, what
break the narrative? You broke
if that was your
kid?
kids?
Broke canon.
They can't even explain. They'll be like, oh, my kid. No, nigga, like,
nigga, I've seen some
but you have,
horrible
saying,
responses
like, yo, have the same
to that. What about
then?
my kids? I've seen some horrible responses to that. Like, I don't even want to
hear it because I'm pretty sure Strash said.
Yo, I've heard. I've dated.
Apparently,
I've dated a girl who not only defended, but said, of course, because I don't believe the person did it. So I'd let them go. All these red flags. You know that relationship didn't last long after that. Right? That was before I had a child, right? Before I had a child.
Yeah.
And you know, you looking who gonna be the person that's that's
not
oh no.
Yeah, get her straight fuck out the paint.
Get the fuck up out of here with that. That's something you would be not my seed. That ain't happening.
Like, yo, straight up, if I hear any of my friends defending this nigga, like, we're not friends no more. Like,
how can we be? Because now it's especially at this point. Maybe back then,
bro.
Especially at this point,
different. But now, we've been knew what it was, and we've been saying like it is that. Yeah, but now that it is what it is, like, nah, niggas, y'all niggas ain't got no more.
I'm good on you. I'm good on you.
All the way.
I don't even really want you around my kids. See, that's the other thing. My friends have to be. Listen.
I don't even want them around me.
Period. If you see my kid, if you see my kid out there, you know, like a classic example, Siobhan could be at her job, doing whatever she's doing. Malik could be out and about, right? And Marlon see them. You know what? The only thing I have to worry about them coming home late because they laughing with their Uncle Marlon so much they forget the time. I know that if somebody tries to bring them a move, Marlon will jump in front of a bullet for them. I don't need to have to worry about somebody that's supposed to be a friend of mine who's sitting here defending this fucking child fucker. I don't need to have to worry about you being around my kid when I'm not there. Fuck out of here. And for the motherfuckers to act like that shit don't happen, it happens all the time where it's a friend of the family, an uncle, or something like that.
Nigga.
Fuck out of here.
It's a running joke. It's a running joke. The uncle will let around the kids.
Yeah. I don't need to worry. No, I don't have to worry about if Napalm running into my kids. I don't have to worry about him doing some freak ball shit. I don't have to worry about that.
I was just trying to say, like, most molestations and rape cases happen with family
people
and friends.
Know.
And
somebody
they know.
Right.
Like, it's not like strangers just running up on people and just raping them. Like, it's people that's in the vicinity they got access. So, like,
and
once
one
I
thing
hear
is,
somebody say some shit like, "Oh, I agree with R. Kelly. I think he was straight," or Bill Cosby, like, I'm like, nah, like,
the fact that bitch ass old man did that shouldn't be surprising to anybody. The depths these motherfuckers are willing to go, the bedfellows they're willing to have. Is like yo, and I told people this shit before when his ass was appearing on Fox after that whole pound cake speech and shit like that. He's appearing on Fox. I was like, so you see him right there sleeping with the enemy. You literally see him making common cause with people that don't fuck with Alchemy. This was years ago.
When he was talking shit about us, right?
Yeah. I told motherfuckers that was running around defending him, I was like, you see him making common cause with people that routinely undermine every issue that we care about, people who routinely insult us on their airwaves. He's making common cause with them. Yeah. So when I see you see again, anybody David Duke would vote for, I'm not fucking with. So I'm looking at this in the same light. Why are you fucking with people who I know don't fuck with us? Because I'm going to assume you don't fuck with us. And if you don't fuck with us, that's cool, but stay the fuck away from me.
I feel like Rosa Parks would have duffed him straight up. That's what I feel. I'm not fucking with nobody that I feel like Rosa Parks would have duffed.
I think it's Harriet Tubman, but I hear you.
Both.
You know what I'm saying? Rosa ain't known for swinging on people, but I hear you. Harriet known for
Harriet would have shot him.
Harriet don't shoot,
but that's why I said duff though.
Yeah. Yo, man, Cindy says it's pretty much always someone close to the family. Yeah. I invite any of you that can. If you don't want to watch the whole show, you could probably find clips of it on YouTube. Go watch. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Those clips where Maya Angelou recalls what happened to her as a kid and somebody that her moms was dating.
Yeah.
And the moms no longer wanted to date, and he felt a way about that, and he sexually molested her. You know. And why they left her alone with him? Because they didn't suspect. Well, why he wouldn't do that?
Right.
He wouldn't do that. But he did. Manabe says the 80s Stranger Danger VHS tapes got it super wrong as far as statistics. It's the people you know or think you know. Facts. This ain't Stranger Danger. That's familiar territory.
They all suspect me. If I know you for a certain amount of time and I don't know like your views or all that or where you stand, that you are all suspect to me. Like
These motherfuckers have made. I feel like they made their feelings on a lot of that shit very clear. They don't really value women, particularly black women. They don't really value our little girls, even though they may have little girls, because that shit don't matter because they have another agenda out there. Right. And that's why they're quick to go this hard to defend an obvious piece of shit because they own that. You know what I'm saying? They own that on them same terms. And that's just how I'm looking at it. So some of these motherfuckers I didn't distance myself from because nope. All that shit that came out was and I didn't see one recant, like one come out there and was like, yo, I fucked up.
Like nobody
hearing the shit that they said this man did coming out of this court, I can't. Right? I listen. That shit is. I can't. I fucked up. I ain't see one person do that was on that shit yet. All I saw was radio silence. That's all I saw all on social media with that shit. So B, like you don't have good intentions. I don't trust you around none of my nieces, nephews, none of that.
All these don't. All right, so moving on. I want to do this real quick because I tried not to talk about this. I even prefaced it last week by asking if we cared, and the answer was no. But it keeps popping the fuck up, and I keep seeing every time I go to do research for the show, the shit keeps popping up. Right. So apparently, I need to do this article and get it the fuck out of the way. And at least it's going to be a funny one. So, y'all need to put some spec on Jermaine Dupri's name. It's the rampant, ridiculous disrespect of the musical legacy of Jermaine Dupri for me. There must be something in the water, or even in the Ciroc, that has so many people speaking disrespectfully on the musical significance, legacy, and potency of one Jermaine Dupri Malden, a.k.a. Jermaine Dupri, a.k.a. JD, a.k.a. Don Chi. What started out as understandable bravado from Diddy, I still call that man Puffy. His mama named him Puff. I'm going to call him Puff.
I do too.
About JD's alleged inability to compete at all against him in the versus battle has transformed into a pure Travis Shamockery. Steve Stout even allegedly told JD that though he respects his catalog, JD's catalog has no impact. What in the entire fuck is going on with you motherfuckers? Listen, if you are somebody who believes that Diddy would beat JD in the verses, that's fine. I don't think it's a reasonable matchup considering that Diddy is basically using his entire Bad Boy catalog, which is amazing, where he didn't write or produce a single thing. I don't care whose name is in the credits on any song. It's an open secret, if it's even that Puffy would show up and breathe in the studio and add his name to the production credits. He didn't write shit or produce shit. Diddy's talent is knowing talent and getting the most out of it. In that, he is legendary. Be that as it may, I, too, think that Diddy would win. But if you're a person who thinks that JD doesn't belong in the convo in the first place because his catalog isn't sufficient or isn't legendary or isn't worthy of note, your opinion on music is literally useless. And I mean that with my whole heart. So let me say it again. If you are a person who doesn't think JD's name belongs in the musical legend conversation, then your musical opinion is literally useless. And that can include legends in the game. I'm looking at you, Steve Stout. Honestly, I don't understand how we even got here. It's one thing to have preferences.
I do, but go ahead, continue.
I mean,
I know how
it's one thing to have preferences. Or even pick sides in a discussion about verses. I get it. I've been wrong more than I've been right about who, quote unquote, wins them, such that any score is being kept. But to belittle a man's career and one who has been successful longer than most people even realize is bonkers. Yes. Jermaine Dupri has literally been the man behind the boards and usually the pen or co-pen of over 30 top 40 hits. He has 11 #1 pop chart records, and those songs ain't even pop songs. They're just good songs that went #1 because they're good. From Criss Cross's Jump to Mariah Carey's We Belong Together and Usher, Escape, The Brat, in between, the man knows how to make hits, and not just hits that mattered in the time they were created. He has crafted songs that will outlive cockroaches. Okay. But even more importantly, and why I think it's insane for anybody, especially somebody of Steve Stout's stature, to say that JD's music has no impact, JD is the architect behind the last album anybody compared to Michael Jackson's Thriller, which is Usher's Confessions, an album that actually went diamond. Jermaine Dupri is responsible for 3 #1 songs on that album alone. How is that not impactful? Get the fuck out of here. He wrote and produced Always Be My Baby with Mariah Carey. I mean, good googly muggly. And Escape.
Oh, that's that Project Pat shit? What? Good googly muggly?
No, it's a common saying.
That's an expression. I thought you were talking about the song.
No. And Escape. I mean, come on. Just Kicking It remix is still as good today as it was back then, but their entire catalog, largely written and produced by or with Jermaine Dupri, is amazing, and you're smoking rocks if you think otherwise. Now let's talk about Bow Wow and impact. Bow Wow, whose catalog is largely written with and produced by Jermaine Dupri, can still do arena tours. Most artists ain't able to do that. Bow Wow is a headliner in 2021. Come on. Just because it ain't hardcore hip-hop doesn't mean the catalog and accomplishment aren't as legit as ever. JD makes stars out of folks and did so over a tremendous amount of time as a producer and songwriter. In fact, JD, Jay-Z, Missy Elliott, and Dallas Austin are the only ones in there of the hip-hop generation. Songwriter Hall of Fame, for those that don't understand what there is. That's nothing to sneeze at. How is that for impact? As an artist, Jermaine Dupri might not be as astounding as he is a songwriter and producer, but Money Ain't a Thing with Jay-Z happened, as did Welcome to Atlanta. Welcome to Atlanta was an anthem in the city. Just because it didn't resonate in certain other areas doesn't make it less significant. JD was on hits, and Life in 1472 was a good enough album, but I actually agree that JD as an artist, probably can't compete with Diddy as a feature artist. But Diddy released many albums and relied heavily on his roster to get him over the hump. But Diddy has hits. I can't take that from him, nor would I want to. I think all of our amazing artists need their flowers. I just can't determine why anybody would want to take them from Jermaine Dupri, who is as vital to the Atlanta landscape as any. The same Atlanta that has been running the music game for what feels like decades now. I hate to regionalize this, but the South almost always gets short shrift in these discussions. So it makes sense that so many folks from up north, especially, wouldn't view those accomplishments as large as they may be. But to take anything from Jermaine Dupri's catalog and career is insane. He sold too many records and produced too many actual hit singles. You don't think JD can beat Diddy? That's fine. But don't pretend he can't compete. Because real talk, if you required Diddy to use any song he actually wrote or produced, JD wins 20-0. That's spicy.
Now that's spicy. Can I tell you the reason I think
a J-Lo song?
There's a reason why I think that narrative is there. Even it's definitely not true, but that narrative is a reason why that narrative is there. When you have somebody that was at the peak of their career going at you, saying certain things because they going at you and they are the crowd favorite. Those things stick. There are people that still think that DNA's mom was mentally retarded. When Dre,
that's what I was going to say.
Did that song, yo,
they fucked him up.
They got people thinking some shit that's not true, it was used in a diss creatively.
Yeah.
But they really attempted to diminish him because it's a beef. They beefing. But I think a lot of people took that and ran with it. And are
said,
still,
I didn't do it with 11
I think it's
12,
still
12
right. I think it's still a
yeah.
battery in a lot of people's pack that would allow for motherfuckers to get on TV and say that JD can't compete. Yo, it's only because at the time when that narrative was, because a very popular person, that narrative that was doing big numbers pop wise as well as everything else, said that shit, and motherfuckers went and ran with it, yo. And now it's coming creeping back up again, yo.
He gave us the Brad and a bunch of R&B.
It is
like,
insane
or some shit, or Jagged Edge, one of them.
Yo, it is insane for anybody to say that JD doesn't have the hits to compete. To say that's
I think one of the biggest biggest issues that people keep having, like, it's changed slightly, so it's less relevant, but it's still relevant. We're talking about 20 songs. Yeah. We talking about 20 songs. Yeah. If I have the greatest 20 songs ever assembled on my side, and Tomb has on average around the greatest 175,000 songs.
Facts.
It doesn't matter. They have to match up with my 20.
That's it. That's it.
It's a difference. They have to match up with my 20. If I was in the game for 7 strong years and you've been in the game for 30, it doesn't matter because you have to match my 20.
This is where the tactics and verses comes to play, and I keep telling people this. The order in which these songs are used, the songs you choose, matters.
All of that matters, man.
That matters.
That's why I was saying, like, I was happy when the Locks and Dipset, when they was doing their shit, like the Locks opened up with "Fuck You," because I was like, yo. Before it even happened, I was like, yo, that would be the perfect song to open up to.
And that's the other thing about that too. So there's another element to verses that was not always a part of it when it originally came. There's a performance, loud crowd element to it. So originally it's people playing their shit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But now motherfuckers are actually out there performing.
Performing
and
they set the tone.
They set the tone. As evidenced by what the Locks did. Because here's the thing: we all respected the Locks, but there are people who didn't. They looked at them as some whatever that don't now, because of that shit right there. That performance part matters, and I'm gonna tell you right now: if Diddy comes out there and start doing that Mace shit. While they performing all that dance, like, listen, that's gonna be a problem because that's part of that. But to say that Jermaine, y'all know he married Janet. Right? To say that Jermaine
I don't really fuck with a lot of his shit, but it's like, yo, put respect on that man's name.
Respect on that man's name.
He's put in work, my guy. Fuck out of here.
Put respect. Listen.
I don't even like Drake. I don't even like Drake like that. But I would put respect on his name. I know he's involved in the culture and all that.
You still got to put respect on Drake's name for his accomplishments.
Exactly.
Facts, because facts exist.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't deny that. I just don't have to like his music.
I don't listen to Drake's music. It's nothing about that I really. There may be a song here, a song there.
Right.
Like, yo,
fuck with,
I like what he did right there
at that time.
But overall, it's not my energy. It's not what I'm into. But that does not change the fact.
Yeah,
that this guy, Drake's not whack
at all.
You may don't like what he does, but he's not whack.
That's what I'm saying. I can't say that.
His run's been too long, too substantial. You as an individual not liking his shit does not make him.
It means nothing.
Exactly.
It's too long. And
impact. He has mad impact on the.
This is the other thing about Drake.
Thanks.
It'd be one thing if he did all of that and only a certain type of people fucked with him. I have seen people who like the same shit I like into the same thing, who musically do the type of shit that I like.
Yeah, that fuck with him.
So it's a preference thing. I don't fuck with the majority of his shit, but me as an individual, I can't sit up here and say after the run he's had. Excuse me, the run he's still having. He's still having.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. That's
like
that's
even making exceptions for the fact that the industry is what the industry is. He got into the industry during the time that was
before it was even how it is
before it
now.
started being like the way it is now.
Yeah.
Even allowing for that, he stayed relevant the entire time. Even allowing for some of the fugazi ass bullshit he's pulled to stay relevant. The reality is, it's kind of like verses. There are tactics to this that are more than just what the song sounds like.
Hold up,
there are tactics to this.
He has impact on vaginas. I
that's
mean,
because Palm don't like him. That's not.
But
that
matters too, though.
Palm is trolling.
I know,
Palm is
but that
not
matters
being
too, though.
legitimate right
Palm
now.
is trolling because I've seen real niggas like Drake.
Facts.
Threw me for a loop too. Ever said, but it's real like nigga that's about that.
Yeah, we got one person in here right now that you know what I'm saying. The fuck with Drake.
You got what? Who?
One person in here right now that fuck with Drake.
Yeah. See, look at the statistics. Look at the statistics. There's three of us here.
My man's over there.
Out of the three is one man. You know what I'm saying? Like
no.
He's talking about you.
Oh, not no more?
I thought you were talking about yourself.
You don't listen is the issue.
We know
that you're having right now.
We know.
I thought you fought with Drake. I thought
no,
that was your man.
I thought you were
talking
about
that's
yourself.
not what happened.
I thought you were talking about yourself.
Who, me?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about yourself.
Man, stop playing with me, fam.
Would you like me to say what I said? I said, would you like me to say what I said?
No, I was talking to him.
No, I'm saying, would you like me to say what I said?
What he not going to be able to do is get me to stop playing with him. When the white boy walked up to him and said that shit to him, he playing with you, so I'm going to play. I'm going to play. I'm going to play.
Yeah, but we on PC. But we on PC though, so
that's
different.
Playing.
I take all
Checkers,
that. You know what I
checkers,
mean? I can't do shit. I can't do shit. And plus, you black, so my nigga, like, it's different variables. My nigga, like, relax.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, let's do this. We used to do this all the time. We might bring it back, but for right now, we about to do it. One gotta go.
Hold on. Something just happened. Hold on. Let me take care of that.
All right. So for those that have never heard us play this and all that other good stuff, basically what we do is there are 4 options. And this thing and everything associated with it has to go. Gone from reality, henceforth and forevermore.
Nice. So anything that shit even sparked into creation, it has to go too.
Only if we can prove that. Like,
oh, okay.
Like if, like, for instance, a crazy example. If you pick, I can't remember the nigga name, the nigga that's credited with being the first rapper. If you take him away, hip hop don't exist. No, because somebody else would have likely made it. So
these beats are back out here though.
Yo, that's funny, and they instantly get your attention. You know why?
Because I got my window open too. So like,
I mean, that's okay. Sure, that's a factor, but they own you. They haunt your dreams. My God,
yo, they're a part of my life now.
Yo.
My bad. Go on.
The geese are back.
I wish I could turn the camera to show people like, yo, they're literally in my fucking yard. That's why, like, when you was talking, I was listening.
Back.
But I'm like, yo, these niggas like really just
they back, my guy. Yeah,
they gotta chill, dog.
But for a positive example, if you get rid of the locks. No Jada songs, no Chic songs, no style songs.
Okay. So then what else though? Like no D Block, no none of that, no.
That's the locks.
No, Money, Power, Respect, no Little Kim.
That's the locks. No, Little Kim still exists, but that song isn't a thing.
Okay, so it'll just be the songs.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, cool.
Whatever situation it is. Like if you get rid of Marvel Comics. There is no Marvel Comics.
Yeah, no MCU. Okay, I got you.
Right.
That's
so whatever the field that person is in, that creative thing or whatever, because you do food. Right. So whatever closely relates directly to that thing. You get rid of eggs, we can't have cake.
Got you. Oh
Like-
yeah, damn, that would suck. Damn, I don't want to live in that reality.
Thanks. Not at all. I'm not ready for it.
You can.
So okay.
You couldn't.
No, you couldn't. You absolutely couldn't. Ain't no way in the world.
You couldn't have donuts, none of that shit.
Nah, nigga. Yeah. All right. So one gotta go in all their movies. Every single movie that they have been in.
What you talking about? What?
Not anything they may have produced or directed or none of that. Anything that they've acted in.
Okay.
Denzel Washington.
Wait a minute. What's the question again?
It's not a question. One
No.
gotta go.
What do you? Oh, you said one got to go. All right.
Yeah.
Got you.
All right, and we're doing order. So who are you getting rid of first, second, third,
Man.
and who remains?
Man, that's a lot.
He
of
who
work, but I got
became.
you.
That's a
We
lot
was
of stuff to
kings.
remember.
We was kings, my guy. We was
That's a lot-
kings.
That's a lot of shit to remember.
We was
Hold on.
kings.
I'm just saying, bro, like, so you hear me?
Yeah,
It's
there's a
only
lot of shit.
four. Nigga, it's only four.
Nah, it's cool. But I just know I'm gonna fuck up the answer, but whatever.
Oh,
There is no
God.
fuck up of the answer, by the way.
I mean, you could absolutely fuck up that.
No, I'm
It is
going
what
with
it
what Toom said. Fuck that.
Okay, all right. So one gotta go. In all their movies that they have ever acted in. Denzel Washington, Leonardo DiCaprio, Thomas Rutherford Hanks.
I don't even know
Robert
what the fuck
Downey.
that is.
It's Tom Hanks, guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
come on.
Well, why?
Robert
He knew that.
Downey
Of course
Jr.
Ooh, shit.
So this is a bullshit.
Yeah, I don't like that list, my nigga. Fuck you, like.
Well,
that.
the reason why I'm saying it's bullshit is because there are certain things that's just not happening. So
I know.
off the break, like,
So wait, stop. All right. So who are you getting rid of first? Tomb.
Denzel,
Ooh, that's
you
spicy.
heard me.
That's spicy.
Hey, I knew he was gonna do that.
That's spicy, my guy. Why?
I'm getting rid of Denzel because as much as I liked his movie,
Wait. Before just before you do that,
Mhm.
don't spoil your future.
I'm not.
Okay.
I got you. As much as I liked his movies, if I was to sit back here and honestly talk about the most impactful stuff, and I ain't just talking about entertaining things. I'm
Right,
talking about
right.
impactful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He has a few,
Right.
but not a whole string of them that seriously impacted me like that. So no, he can go.
Okay. Eddie. Who are you getting rid of first, my guy?
I was gonna say Denzel too, but damn, I don't want to because it just no for real. Because like,
If that's your pick, that's your pick.
That's your pick.
well,
That's your pick.
that got it. Because I wanted to like hold him down because he black and all that, but it's like, yo, fam, like Denzel plays the same role all the time.
We
Like
not
he does
doing that.
Denzel. To me,
We're not doing a black card on this.
okay, cool. So yeah,
No.
Denzel gotta go. Sorry, like he gotta go.
All right.
I'll miss his movies though.
Nigga, that's what we talking about.
I know, but I'm saying like, but I'm gonna miss him though. But
Nigga, clearly you're gonna miss everybody on the list because he's the first person to go.
It's a reason why he put these people on.
Right.
Like,
All right. So
leave me alone.
fuck y'all. I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. My first person I'm getting rid of is Leo. Here's why.
Mhm.
These two were the bottom two.
Yes.
And again, I'm not going to spoil
Right.
the other person I'm talking about.
Right.
But the other person probably has the movie that I've watched more than every single movie I've ever watched.
Got you.
And that's literally the only differentiation that allows me to get rid of Leo first. But I hate it. I ain't gonna hold you. I hate
To get a Leo out the paint.
Yeah, I hate it.
That's my dude.
All right, Tune.
Yes.
Who's
Next,
your next person you're getting rid of?
Tom Hanks.
Ooh,
Bye.
okay.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye.
Why?
Because as much as I like Tom Hanks in a lot of stuff, a lot of things he does, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's a bit too highbrow for me. I like shit blowing up. I like,
Fair.
So, bye.
Okay. Eddie.
Who was the other three? It was Leo, Tom Hanks.
Hanks, and RDJ.
Damn. Fuck. It might be. Nah, I ain't doing Buddy like that. He's been impactful to me. Yeah, it'll be Tom Hanks too. Because the only movie I really remember him from is like, what's that shit? Outcast or whatever. The shit where
he was on the album. Yeah.
Yeah, like it. I mean, that movie was fire, but I don't really remember anything else. So, matter of fact, he could have been my first. Yeah, he would have. No, he's fourth. Then Denzel's. Fuck that.
Nah, it's too late, my guy.
Nah,
you can't change it. You get your answer.
No, I changed.
No, fuck that. Nope.
No, fuck you.
All right, so my next person is Denzel. Sorry, I had to ride the black wave for one round.
Nah, fuck that. I thought you was gonna be this all the way through.
I didn't say that. You added words to what I said.
Yeah,
I said I thought.
I said I'm black and I'm proud.
No, I thought.
I couldn't get my guy out the paint.
I know clearly I was wrong. Like, but I'm happy you ain't get him out the paint quicker than me.
Yeah, I couldn't get my man out the paint first. Yeah. Literally, Inside Man. I have seen Inside Man more than I've seen any movie that has ever existed.
Word.
It's. Here's the thing. It's not necessarily my favorite movie, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a movie that if ever I'm scrolling through movies to watch old movies, it's almost a movie if I come across it, I don't be like, I don't feel like watching this.
Right.
It's not my favorite, but I'm never bothered by watching it.
Right.
Word.
I never have a scenario where like, I don't feel emotionally available to deal with this shit, or it's not exciting enough, or no. Anytime I come across it, if I'm looking for an old movie to watch, likely I'll click on it.
Right. Gotcha.
But
it'll be like your go-to if anything too.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't get rid of him in the first round when I got rid of Leo. Right. Leo, the issue with Leo's movies, is my favorites are long as fuck.
Though, but he be killing that shit though.
Absolutely no.
But absolutely long, man.
That's why the four of them are up here.
Yeah,
but
be long.
They be long, my guy. All right, two.
Yes.
I know who your next person is.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I need some. The reason why Leonardo stayed around as long as he did is because he was in Django, and that replaced Tombstone as my favorite Western. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up Django. I don't give a fuck what none of them other people did. I'm not giving up Django. All right.
Also a 3 hour plus movie.
However, Leonardo, I get the fuck up out of here now. Because RDJ
no.
I mean, it's obvious, right?
It's clearly no. Here's the thing: when I put this list together, and I got to the fourth person, I was like, "God damn it!"
And you know who you talking to?
Yeah,
you know who you talking.
It's inevitable, to borrow a phrase from that franchise.
It's inevitable. And I am unbalanced about that. So, like I said, Leonardo was in Django. I'm not getting rid of Django for Tom Hanks or Denzel.
No,
and specifically, yes, Denzel did Malcolm X, but you gotta understand, I'm older than y'all. Not only had I already read the autobiography of Malcolm X by Alex Haley and the other ones that was done, I literally had tapes of his actual speeches. I was very familiar with the man. I was already a fan. So doing that.
Paul said this game is rigged.
It is. No, it is. Look, and Cindy said it was always obvious. It really was.
Obvious. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody that pays attention would have known.
No, dude. I'm not giving up the Marvel goodness. It's not happening.
I get it. Go ahead, Eddie.
Down since you put it like that, but still, it would have to be.
I should not be swaying you, by the way.
RDJ will be next for me though.
Okay, why?
I wasn't familiar with him until like really familiar with him until MCU.
Yo, that's 13 years though.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like I didn't know about him until like MCU shit.
No, what I'm saying is that's a long time. Like 13 years isn't nothing to sneeze at. That's 13 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Also, I was a fan of RGJ a little bit before because he was in movies that I like.
But that's what I'm saying. I didn't know him before that, so it's like, you know, I'm gonna stick to what I know. So of course, we already know our last answer. So what's yours?
So yeah, no, the like Palm said, the game is rigged. I tried my best. I tried to go back and forth about this. It didn't work.
You gave it an honest try.
Yeah, I tried.
This isn't a fair game.
The one thing I say about SBJ is I know because I know him. I know he gave it the college try.
I really tried my best.
I did.
You didn't try at all. I know. Yo, I tried my best to go back and forth on this. I really did.
And then you said Black Panther. Then you said
here's the thing.
And then
here's the thing. Toy Story. What?
Oh damn! Yeah, Tom Hanks on this shit.
What?
Damn, yeah.
Captain Phillips, an amazing movie.
Damn.
Castaway, like Eddie said, is a great movie. It's not the most impactful movie of all time, but it was. He did amazing.
I knew you.
What he did.
It had its moment.
What he did in that movie
was fucking
absolutely.
brilliant.
Absolutely. Look, I know you are a Forrest Gump guy. I get it.
Forrest Gump is a classic.
Classic movie. It's a classic.
Hey yo, no, I'm not playing this game. No. Yo, we're not doing this ever again.
Yes, we are.
We
absolutely are.
I'm out.
We absolutely are. So I really wanted to go back and forth about this.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what? In the spirit of competition, I have to. And then one thing came to mind. This thing that this person gave us, his one fatal flaw. Mm-hmm. He gave us Chet Hanks.
He did.
So
and Chet Hanks
when I realized that, I was like,
Chet is fucking trash.
Fuck him.
Yo,
I can't
fucking
do this
hate
anymore.
Chet Hanks.
Yeah, Tom, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
The reason that's not the reason. Again, let me be clear. That's not the reason you have to go. That's the reason that I decided not to go back and forth about this.
Yeah.
You gotta go because there is no scenario in 2021 where I choose to live without the MCU.
Nah, I can't.
It's just that.
I was waiting for it for too long.
I have a Captain America shirt on right now. Like, what are we doing here? There's no. And here's the thing. Remember earlier, Eddie, when you asked me about that, I said it's only if we can prove that without this person, this thing doesn't exist.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Iron Man started, even though it wasn't the first movie, it started the MCU.
Yeah, facts.
It's just what it was. He has been in more of the movies than anybody else.
That's facts.
That's just from, if you want to put him in the Avengers
Civil
movies,
War,
Iron Man movies, Captain America movies, Spider-Man movies. Like, what are we doing here?
Listen. I waited too long for this shit. Like, there's nothing that any of them other guys did. The closest comes Django, though, to be honest. But there's nothing any of those other guys did that I've been waiting for so. When I was in the movie theaters, Django made me feel away.
Yeah.
But when I was watching MCU shit, I once again had a Star Wars moment. Same shit I had as a kid watching Star Wars. As an adult, y'all not taking that from me. No, I get that, but y'all gotta remember, like, I'm not as like invested in. We know
MCU. It's not. We're not. I'm not saying anything about your choice.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about my choice.
But I simply attacked your reasoning only because, again, that's 13 years. In 13 years, we got Iron Man 1, 2, 3, Avengers 1, 2, 3, 4, Spider-Man. Like,
Infinity War.
That's 10 movies basically that he's been in that time. That's the only reason I said anything about that. Because
I got you.
Yeah, but no, your choice is your choice. Absolutely.
Do you know how many times I got out of my seat in Infinity War?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, them other guys didn't. The closest was Django. Cause some of the shit
Right.
that's the closest. But I got on my seat like, what the fuck, nigga? I'm not. No.
So the difference between you and I on that is not the feeling towards Django.
Yeah.
It is the fact that Toy Story is a thing, and I was a child.
Right.
No.
Cindy said it. MCU was all of our years of being harassed for being comic geeks totally vindicated. I'm not giving that up.
Realistically, my order would have been Denzel first, but then I realized the thing about Inside Man being the movie I've watched.
You watch a lot. Yeah, exactly.
I can't. But Denzel would have been first, and Leo would have been. Originally, how I thought about it, Denzel would have been first. Leo would have been second, off of the strength of Toy Story.
Right.
Like, I was a child. You got a friend in me? I do. Really? Okay. Bring it in. Like, yeah. But no, Leo has been in the movies that like I should not have been watching as a child, but you loved anyway. Mm-hmm. There's a special place for that. But I also thought about it. He's also the star of one of the movies that I think is the most overrated movie of all time and trash, which is Titanic.
Oh no,
yeah.
So
he's been in a lot of good shit too, though.
A bunch of good shit. No. Departed is in my top 3.
Favorite movie of him.
Departed is in my top. No, Departed is in my top 3 of all time.
I love that fucking movie.
So absolutely, it was hard, but like I said, I couldn't get rid of Toy Story for Leo.
Right.
That just wasn't happening. Right. Like, nah, I
get
who you are. I get who you are, but understand who I am.
Right.
I'm a person of a certain age. So, yeah.
I get that. That's a good reason. Like, what I'm saying is, I wish you would have asked me this like a week ago, and then I could have molded over. You know?
No, nigga.
No, we need the organic.
Like when I put this list together,
organic, my nigga.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Without pressure, this game isn't as fun.
Exactly.
Like I didn't when I came up with the list, I wrote the list down and threw it away. Like I didn't sit there and think about it because I didn't want that.
This wasn't fun for me. Like now, I regret my answer.
It's supposed to be painstaking. That's what it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to take a pain of blood. It's fun for people watching.
I'm playing.
It's not supposed to be fun for you.
Relax. I'm playing.
Right.
Look, all I'm telling you is, I'll say this once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I ain't giving up shit. Cinematic wise, actress wise, for the MCU. So right. You put something in here, somebody in there. I'm keeping that because. That's like Cindy said.
I know what to do. I know what to do. Don't worry about it.
I know exactly what you're going to do.
I know what to do. I know what to do. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's cool. We'll fix this. We'll fix this. We will absolutely fix this.
I'm going home. Cause
yo, we'll take his ball and go home.
Yo, and I ain't on the court.
Listen,
I ain't niggas on the court. He leave.
Go home.
Like, yo, you brought the ball.
Like, come on, dog.
I don't give a fuck.
The 10th man, what's up, dog?
Look, man. Oh, look, it is what it is with that. These are tough times for all of us. You know what I'm saying? But those times become tougher without my MCU, yo. Like, nah, man, gotta have that.
Nah, I get it, because like that's how I feel like certain like TV shows and shit. Like, I would not give up It's Always Sunny and like The Office. Like, nah, fuck that. Like,
it's like I wouldn't give up Married with Children.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm good. I need that.
You know,
I know what I'm gonna do.
I know exactly what you're gonna do.
We got a little bit of time. So
nah, we ain't doing that now. Stop playing. You about to fuck off.
No.
Nah, because I gotta like go get my car and shit too. You know what I mean? Because I do for my fucking for the store closed. Like, damn.
Tombstone, count yourself lucky.
Listen,
I got you next week though, my guy.
There's always a counter and escape. I learned that from Dean Malenko. And,
that's fine. Dean Malenko retired.
I know, but he left a wealth of. That's because
retired early too.
Because he won them neck niggas. Like He's one of them neck niggas. All them dudes that have that style wind up having the fused neck shit.
Chris Jericho's still doing it.
You know what I'm
saying? I'm saying he always has a contingency.
Jericho had that same surgery.
Yeah, but he's still doing it.
And he had to switch up the way he did what he
don't matter.
He
adjusted. He adapted.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
Iceman couldn't adapt.
I'm about to adapt to all of that. There's always a counter.
Wow.
I can't stand this.
There's always a counter.
The man of 1,000 holds could not adapt.
I got out of it.
Okay. I'm surprised that he did it on his.
He could adapt in ring, but it's
Not
some
enough.
things about nature. When you get hit up a certain type of way, I don't think there's a wrestling hold to fix that.
Listen,
like you trying to fix a bullet hole with kids bandage.
listen, my guy.
No.
Kayfabe might be able to. He might be able to make that work.
I'm surprised someone was so ass and he said, "Yo, there's always a counter," and he didn't like point the camera to a counter or put a fucking counter on the screen share. Because
Stop. I'm about to end the broadcast. Like just cold.
Wow.
I promise you, if you do that, yo.
He's going to. He's thinking.
My fingers on the button. Don't make me George Bush the button over nothing, my guy.
Don't say don't make him George Bush the button.
Oh,
yo, this nigga's ass,
run it.
Yo.
Oh, night, jigga.
This nigga is ass. But nah, B. Like, yeah, there's always a counter. I'm going home. And I don't even mean the College Park. I'm talking Africa.
So what you doing over there?
We'll see you next week. See you next week.
Oh no, that's tabs. My tabs. Look, I changed tabs to different place. The screen gets darker depending on Yeah.
No,
like if I go to Facebook because it's dark, you know what I'm saying? It does that. I mean, that's how I use my monitor to help with the lighting thing because that's what's up. Even though I did get my small light back again. Yeah, finally after months and shit, almost a year and shit. Had that shit in his trunk.
This shit's been in my trunk chilling. Like, hey,
I got to charge that son of a bitch too.
Clearly the batteries are dead. Absolutely, without question.
But I think that's it for us, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Let me take the time out, of course, to thank everybody once again for showing up and showing out on the Black Culture Geese show.
All right. Oh, yo, they showed up and accosted him again.
It was doing their show.
You didn't have
during the show,
but you didn't have to let him know that though.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, yes, he did, and I'm so glad he did. While and even at the end of the show, I managed to get that out. That's what's up. I like that. Appreciate that. Good looking.
Don DeMarco.
But yeah, I'm thanking everybody for showing up and showing out. Really appreciate you guys and all your feedback, all your attention, and all your time. Because I know to waste someone's time is offensive. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that y'all was here, and y'all come here every damn Saturday, we really appreciate that from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Also, be sure to check out when Addy gets around to doing it, Addy's Game Room. I don't know when the next time he's going to be streaming, but when he does, just in case, go subscribe to his YouTube of the same name and his Facebook page of the same name.
Yep.
Then, of course, there's Jaded Nerd, the Jaded one. Does the celebrity gossip beat. Go check out his videos as well. He streams every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Also, Cyrus is still doing the Metas and Mutants podcast.
Facts.
So go check that out as well if you into the whole comic book things. And, of course, do not forget that supporting the Patreon for the comic book. We appreciate all of you guys that have done that. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. And of course, the Rise podcast every Sunday at 12 p.m. Coach Squeeze and myself. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Coach Cobbs is on there at times. Sometimes Coach Calvin pops up and Coach Kenny Ellis as well. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Remember, Deers, Diners, and Dives. That's coming up soon.
Okay. All right.
That's coming.
We've officially gone off the rails.
We have. So for my man SPJ,
yo,
and Adequate,
yeah,
I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.
The fuck was that?